Hello everybody, welcome back. We are towards the end of the week. It is a Thursday and we are getting into some Tarky as usual. To see what today brings. I think today we're going to just be practicing some streets. I wanted to do a bit more of this actually as time has gone on through the wipe, but I've just not really had the chance for various reasons. We've been doing other stuff, but now we're kind of free from things, you know. We could go and do Bloodhounds if we wanted. We could go and do bosses for the other random quests. Like, let's just have a look at quick progress because I think one of these, for the cult ones, I was actually kind of not sure how I was going to do it. But now that we've killed Priest, this actually makes this a lot more palatable, right? We have to kill 5 raiders and then all the bosses. I mean, this one is possible now. Knight is probably the most annoying of all these, and maybe Killer. But that's possible. We've got the Jaeger task, which is the old Bloodhounds one, which is done like 10 out of 30. I don't feel like super incentivized to do this. Then the mechanic one, we've got I've got these guys, but this is really hard. This is the one that's ongoing right now because you just can't kill any scavs in between. Like me and Hayes were doing this last time, and it was okay. I killed a scav and ended up like resetting my progress or whatever. You basically just like we were going in like super geared like late wipe Chad style just because it was kind of fun, and I didn't really care about completing it. I was like running in and helping him actually halfway through after I reset myself, so I didn't really mind. But I just don't really care enough to actually complete it myself. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go and try and practice some streets just for me, right? We're going to be working on personal development, so to speak. 2 silver badges, eh? I think I'll probably just sell all of these as soon as I get them, so probably don't have any. So an exchange, well, we're not going to play that today. I don't really want to do that. I mean, I guess we could do long line, but I don't really want to. And woods as well, so we're not going to do those. We will not be doing those. So we're going to go and play some streets. I think what we're going to do to start with, let's just load into the scav. Now, I have actually changed my settings slightly because streets causes me some VRAM issues, annoyingly. So I've changed my textures to low. I'm not sure if that's going to help, but we will see. And this is like now a hardcore optimized set of settings. It's basically like textures and shadows low, LOD somewhere in the middle, DLSS, and MIP streaming. That's basically it, with a bit of NVIDIA Reflex and some high performance of these kind of things. Let's just see. Let's go scav first and just go and yeah, so you can see the low quality MIP streaming. But let's just chill out and go and have a quick look. Now the particular place I want to go and learn on streets is the Czech 15 building. That's what I want to do. But hello everybody. Spinman, Upok, Ein Stos Flammen, Maram, Ninja, and Scott. Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel as we get into some various shenanigans. Yeah, we're just gonna have a little wander through and have a look. Like that building's quite big and I don't know it that well. And it's one of the like prime areas to go to. So I feel like I want to know it better. It's one of the places on the streets that's like everyone's like, oh, it's so good, and I just like don't really know it. So hello Deep. Hello Easy. Question for Beef. If wipe tomorrow, are you ready? Like, no problem with doing the stash? I'm cool with wipe tomorrow. In fact, for me, sooner rather than later, if I'm honest. But as per the video that I put out, I don't think it's going to happen for a little bit, unfortunately. Big lurk today. Streets is pretty fun. I took a shot at it yesterday. I mean, I've done a decent amount of streets before. I did a lot of stuff around Pinewood Hotel because there was a bunch of quests around that area. And I did a lot of taking in the green flare and extracting out of whatever that street's called. What's it called? I can't remember now. The one where you do the green flare. So I got the hang of that. But yeah, I haven't really done that much around. I've done like some post office stuff, but like Czech 15 in and of itself, I've been around a couple of times. But afternoon, Michael. Hey, Joseph. Cool seeing you play Jersey the other day. Yeah, it was a bit different for me. At least I didn't kill Hayes. Neither of us shot at each other even, which is amazing, actually. I was on the other side, Vatty near Lexos. I do like the Lexos area. Those are the areas I probably know the best. Lexos and Pinewood, I suppose. But imagine if they wipe this week just to prove you wrong. I mean, that would be fine. I'm happy to be proven wrong. This is kind of a win-win. I'm either right or I get a wipe, you know? Like, I don't care about the content for the wipe, particularly. I just want to see these advancements come through. But I'm happy to wait, right? If it's not ready, I'm happy to wait. I don't want them to rush it. Like, this wipe was really rushed. We could tell that because of when they brought it in. We had all the audio bugs and everything else, which is just a pain. But Klimov Street, that's the one. Thank you, Jason. What weapon do you use most on wipe? It kind of depends. It's a mishmash of stuff, honestly, but I often gravitate these days towards the Papa Shah. PPSH, but Papasha. But yeah, I don't know. Otherwise, you can really use anything, to be honest. Let's see. How does this feel? See, my FPS feels pretty janky. Let's just test this out. Oh no, I guess it's okay. 70, it's not the worst. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. It looked a bit better this way. 85. It's not that great this way. Let me just open up my settings. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm just trying to. I'm trying to fiddle around with a few other settings to see what works while I'm streaming. Because like I can do a certain amount while I'm offline, but obviously it's nice to see it when you're actually in an actual stream, because not everything works the same necessarily. Right. Yeah. So okay, it seems to be behaving itself, but let's go towards check 15. The nice thing about Scav is you can pretty much just do what you like. Oh yeah, what have we actually got? Not much. We just got Better Hunter with BCP. What kind of time is it anyway? I'll have a look in a sec. Nice. Nice. Not so nice. Okay. Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, 30 minutes. Let's just turn this off. It's kind of annoying. So let's go and have a look. It's not Papasha, it's Pepasha. Okay. I've always just said PPSH just because for us Westerners it looks like that, right? It's like the Ash, and like, I don't think it's called the Ash either. But great fun. Use quad style rather than pistol. Yeah, I never use pistols. I mean, the guns that I use, so I'll use that sometimes. I'll probably use like the various AKs that you get, just with like T rounds or whatever. Check the wallet. I've never seen anything in these. You don't even have to search them. There's just like nothing in them. So yeah, so this area you go, I don't know if there's anything in here. Like I did watch a couple of like loot guides, but I haven't been here for a bit, so I kind of forget. Like I just haven't been playing Streets. I've been playing other maps and whatnot. I think people are saying there's like there's a body and maybe there's something else down here. The almighty Decalina. Hello, homie. I think that can be something down there. Maybe down here. BP. I'm not sure how much that sells to traders, but could be good. What have we got on ahead? Oh, GSSH. You can kind of tell. Alright, and then this bit you go, because that's all blocked, so you have to go down here and you go around up to this side. You can't go through here, so you keep going through this section. Then there's a key that you can use to bypass part of this building to get down from the top, like once you get into the sort of higher loot area. It's kind of funny. Electronic components. Is there any loose stuff here? No, I guess not. So yeah, this is the idea. I just want to practice a bit because I've not played much on Streets recently, and I think I will probably want to play it a bit more on the white, but partly just because we want to see what the performance is like, you know? Hopefully the performance is a lot better than it has been previously, which will incentivize people to go there, and it'll be a lot more fun than when it was first opened up. D-fuel. Yeah, so there's some quite good stuff around in general. 2 lead X's in 2 days. That's very lucky. More BP. Loves the BP. One of the beautiful things about the 545 weapons on early wipe is that you can find BP and BT in the raid really early. And so you only need like a box or 2 of BP and that kind of sorts you out, you know what I mean? So you can have like class 4 busting ammo really, really early on. So when I've got nothing else, Golden Star, that's actually huge. When I've got nothing else, I normally pick like a PPSH, but if I have the choice, then I'll probably go for an AK or something. He's just like sprinting. Oh, I guess you could see the entrance here because I don't think there's any other way in to this bit other than through that broken section, right? That's scav. I'm not sure if that's a scav or not.
Ну чё, пацанчики, ну-ка, блять, все сюда ко мне.
Looks like a scav. Are cultists still spawning 100%? I believe so. One reticle. I quite like that reticle. So yeah, you can't get through that one unless you've reached it from the other side, and then that's the top. So then you come up into here. Yeah, I mean, I think it's actually relatively straightforward, this area. Seeing as I've been in here a few times, and now I'm kind of like looking back. It's kind of neat that you can see up to there. Always call it the Pistolet Pumjot Spagidina model from 1941. Just rolls off the tongue, that. And then this is Iron Gate, I think. Then you drop down through this bit. Whiskey and a hot rod. And then you've got the like crawl space room over there. Which takes you to the other thingamy, whatever you want to call it. Takes you to the other side. PRS, HP.
Кому тут пизды выдать?
Ray, buddy.
Hello. Hello.
Jesus, scared the living fuck out of me.
Oh, I've got my thing set on something annoying. Doesn't matter. So yeah, you can get through there. Which takes you down. And then where's the other one? I guess that you can only get back through this way if you don't have the key, right? Yeah. There's Toby on the counter? Oh, whatever. Yeah, you just have to go back the way you came if you don't have the key. As far as I understand it. Streets has all the action. Beef sounds English. English roast beef. Yes, we can get out of the reverse side, which is nice. Now, what's our extracts here? We've got basement, entrance to catacombs, ventilation shaft. You know, is vent shaft easiest? Entrance descent. What's the other one? Entrance to catacombs. Maybe, two-man hole vent shaft. Which one's that? Which one's this one over here? Is that basement? I can't remember. Because there's the one outside Concord. To be fair, you always get the same four. So, but there's one over here is probably the fastest one. When white? Yeah, I think like. I think it'll either be... It depends on what they do with Unity. I think it'll either be like the Monday or the Tuesday after the event that they're doing on the 15th. So it'll maybe be like the 17th. Or it'll be the week after if they want to do like Unity first and test that. That's the question. One time I lost so much time that two scout players came in and ended my raid. She's an American accent. Does that make you a mega beef? It's a good question. I don't think I could do an American accent even if I wanted to. NaCl, NaCl. Aquapeps. What's true garbage out of these? Probably the wallet, honestly, and the bandage. Get rid of these. Get rid of that. Might be something else, but... It's whatever. Okay. Well, we can try play it as PMC. I'm just going PMC now. I do like streets. It is fun. Sup, dude? Any idea when the wipe is? No, no one knows. I think, I think my guess is either... I'm going to have to make a command or something, aren't I? I think it'll either be something like the 17th or the 25th. Something like that. Would love those sodium chlorides. Nice. I found if you shout LEDX before you open any medical bag, it increases the chance. Nice. Have you ever tried playing Rust? It turns out yes, but many, many, many years ago. I didn't realize I'd even tried it until it turned out I had it in my Steam library, and I think a friend was just like, oh, just pick this game up, and I was just like, okay, and I remember hitting some people with rocks for a bit and building like a wall, and then we just never played again. That was kind of the problem. You know what, this time, I think what we're going to do is I think we're just going to chuck everything in here, rather than just like ramming my stash full of junk. I think we're going to put the stuff in here. Or what I can, anyway. Because then it means I could deal with it another time. And then the rest of it we could just, like, get rid of. I'm actually quite close to max scav karma. No statistical data to back this, but trust me. Indeed. 17th, 25th of July, I'm saying. Nobody knows, but is this wipe longer than the others, or am I wrong? It is, yes, kind of. I mean, so if we look at the... Well, today is 6 months and 1 day. So I think we're like 180, like 1 days or something along those lines. So we're like right in the range. Some of them have been kind of a little bit longer, but we're now like at the midpoint, pretty much. So if it goes on for like a couple more weeks, then it will be one of the longest wipes that we've had, yeah. Can't be English beef, doesn't have a red tractor. I can get myself a red tractor. Gosh, I need a new mouse. My clicker is really annoying. It's like double clicking. And it's really frustrating. Most of the time it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter for Tarkov, actually, surprisingly. But my scroll wheel's also kind of busted, so... Yeah, I need to get a new mouse. I have a SteelSeries Sensei 310 at the moment, but they don't sell them anymore. Which puts me in a conundrum of what to get. I hear Rust takes your soul and you never stop playing. Kind of, although like Tarkov you can stop playing, whereas like Rust you're not really allowed. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not really allowed to stop playing Rust. Because people can just come and raid your base. Like, Tarkov, you can just hop off for the day. And then that's that. But, yeah, you're not really allowed to stop playing Rust, because people might come and, like, jack all your stuff. As far as I understand. I've seen the Rust players, how they sleep at night, you know, the 2 speakers pointed at their bed so that they wake up if something bad happens. It reminds me of 90s Tamagotchi. I actually got completely obsessed with Tamagotchi when I was a kid, and I had it confiscated by my parents because I was mortified when it died because I slept through, didn't realise that it had soiled itself, and then it died wallowing in its own waste, and I was just so upset. I actually got banned from using Tamagotchi because it started to ruin my life. We're not obsessive or anything, right? I like your 701 theory. I think it's good. Regarding wipe, I think they're going through the hunt list. E.g. will get Raiders event next. Maybe. Hard to know what they're going to do. I might run trooper bags a lot. Do you have a preferred bag? This one I think is the best by far. If you want something that's big, kind of chatty, it's really good. I did a whole video about this, about why it's the best. It honestly is probably the best, like, all-round bag, I think. For the price. Like, the price is so low for this. Like, it's only... And it's Ragman 3 as well. It's a bit like when the TTSK rig came in and it was only Ragman 3. Like, this should probably be Ragman 4, and it should probably be about 70k, really. It'd still be good at that price point. But, like, now it's just stupid. It's just, like, really obvious. It's an obvious purchase at this price. It just doesn't make sense. Like, the other bags around it, like, you can find examples that are worse. It's just not balanced very well. Like... let's see, look, like this bag and this bag. Like, these two things are basically the same price for some reason. This one is only 10k less, but this thing, yeah, it's got a whole extra row in the trooper for no reason. And then stats-wise, it's lighter than this bag as well. It's got a little bit more penalties, but I mean, it's not much. Took 2 on movement speed and 3% on ergo, but... I mean, all the other stuff, in fact, is lighter and bigger. Like, that extra 1 row is huge. For the same price, like, it's crazy. Like, mostly what we care about in bags is the space, right? The other stats are kind of you know, they're sort of whatever. Have you tried an ergonomic mouse? What kind of thing? Just saw your video on G28, falling in love with it. Ah, it's good. It's fun. Never played this long and white. Imagine it's getting more sweaty. Yeah, it's pretty sweaty right now. It sure is sweaty these days. Go back and look. Nice one. Bigger or smaller mice? Well, the one I have now is the one I have right now is this one. I like, you know, I'm an old RTS gamer, so I like light mice that are kind of symmetrical, and so I tend to like smaller mice, I would say, on balance. These G hints not reliable? No, indeed. Now I crave Tamagotchi. It's like some kind of, yeah, mid-90s crack, you know? Crazy. Crazy times. We're all better off for not having that in our lives anymore, I feel. Fine. So, what we've got to play with here. So I think we will just go TTSK to start with, just because it's easy. We'll just run that. I don't have to think too much, and it's straightforward and kind of small. And maybe we'll buy another couple. I think I've ended up with one too many loot lords. Let's go get ourselves a couple of loot lords. 1, 2. Oh, that'll do. Right, now we've got the right ratio, which is good. So we'll buy our allocated 2, and we'll stick these 2 back in here. Pop that one in there. That one in there, and we'll sell this one, I think, to Mr. Fence. 50k. So it's like they recycle for a decent value, actually, even just a fence, which is kind of fun. Just take anything. TC's good. Right, what have we got on the side of this thing? We've got one of these funny businesses. I never actually put this this grip on. I think I got this from somebody else. This is someone else's gun, for sure. Now, what we probably need is the iron gate key. And then we also want the... What's the one that we want? It's called, what's it called? It's not called Czech 15. It's not Czech 15. It's called it's not the apartment key that we want. It's this like stairs key or something. What on earth is it called? Stair, or like stair. That's the one. Stair landing key. That's the one. Yeah, in Czech 15. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's get iron gates and stairs. I think this is better. Like Czech 15. How much actually is it now? It was like 5 mil when I last looked, but like no one's playing now, so it's probably a bit less. Oh no, still is about 5 mil. It's probably not really worth. Lots of people told me that it's not worth that actual money because you can basically get that elsewhere. Let's try it then. So let's go streets. Go here. Bosh. Install this stuff. And let's go. Miss GTSK at 3. Mm-hmm. Have you ever hunted the goons specifically? No, not really. We could, but what are the most meta weapons right now? I would say the RD704, fully modded. The Mutant, Mark 47 Mutant. Fully modded, obviously. And then I guess like anything in 7.62x51, like the RSAS, the SR25. Those two are probably the favourites. Maybe the M1A. Outside of that, those are probably the guns people use the most. You do see M4 sometimes, or HKs, like fully modded with M9 and 5. That can be kind of good. What else? I don't think the VSS is necessarily meta, but I think the VSS is actually pretty good. Which would make the black T30 available from vendor. Yeah, I know, it's annoying, isn't it? Because like all the bags are like so tan. I love my Glorious Model O, super light and snappy. I've seen people liking Glorious. I actually have my mouse bungee is Glorious, funny enough. I'm still wired. I know there's always the debate. People say like wireless mice are just as good now, and not having the cable is amazing. But I'm still old school. I'm yet to transfer. Good day. Hello, Sasana. Judge Tech G300. NFT again, recently not worth it at all. Okay. VSS kind of off-brand meta right now. Yeah, I would say so. Because of the small mags, it makes it kind of iffy. That's one thing that's good about the M1A is you can just jack it with like huge mags. Does it make sense to simply buy a smaller backpack and put a rig in it instead of a larger backpack? Could do. Could be. It depends what you want to put in there. Yeah, if you put in something... the things, the good rigs are kind of expensive. If you want to put in... What's it called? MPPV or something else with like a really high slot to space ratio. That you could, but... 7.62 dominating for a while now. Yeah, the thing is you can get away with the other guns. The problem is that the 7.62 guns just get too low recoil in general. It's the reason why it's like BP is normally the sweet spot because it's like deals with class 5 pretty adequately, but also is like decent on full auto. That's the thing. Like when you move up to 7.62 by 51, you do take the usual downside of not being able to go full auto sensibly on most guns. Whereas like the RD and the Mutant are like sensible full auto weapons when they're fully modded. And so you take a small downside in like power of the rounds. You're not using M61, you're using BP. But BP is like so good on its own, in its own right. It's just a tricky one, you know? That's why BP ends up being like so used so much. It's like that sweet spot of full auto. You can pre-fire, you can use it like an assault rifle rather than the full sort of DMR, like having to go semi or whatever. Have I gone past it? Yeah. I've never done much like running into the Czech 15 building, particularly. That step is annoying, isn't it? Tiny MP5K. Ah, there was the loot spot there. That's the one I was thinking about. We're just going to go across to like the iron gate bit right away. If you don't mind the cable, why bother switching? Yeah, true. Hello, Sad. Anything known about the wipe? Not yet. Unfortunately not. We don't really know anything yet. Next Thursday. We've been slowly building up a pattern to try to understand what's coming when. So far, the general consensus is like not soon, and I can see why people think that. I mean, VSG could do anything in theory. We don't really know. They are capable of doing all sorts of random stuff, so we don't know. But I mean, with the tournament on the 15th, or like the final stage of the tournament on the 15th, it would be strange timing if they decided to wipe before then, because then it just brings into question like what are they doing about that tourney. It's like, do they really want to have like potentially loads of desync and or issues or whatever may come from that whilst they're running an affiliated tournament, right? They're providing private servers and accounts for this tourney. I thought that was somebody there for a sec. And so if they're providing all that stuff, it's like, do they want to then scupper the tourney? Like, it'll look really bad for the community if they do that. Menton, nice. MRE, nice. We'll just close it just so that, you know. Doesn't sound like there's anybody even here. It's almost as if I'm playing offline. Crazy. Overall, BP's best round in the game. I think overall, I think it probably is. Like, M61 is arguably very good in certain situations as well. So it does kind of depend. But like BP, I think as an all-rounder, BP is probably the better one. Just because you know you can pre-fire, it's like kind of better close up. Like the M61 is also just completely nuts, right? M61 is really good as well. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying M61 isn't good. I just think like on balance, it's good. Like which of these is worth opening? Is it worth opening like just the last one for Iron Gate? Like what do you guys think's the meta for that? Is it worth opening any of them, or just this one? If I put through MDO, clear the lobby. I mean, yeah, but I mean, those guys will probably clear the lobby with a Kedda, so I feel like that's not necessarily a endorsement of its strength. That's more of an endorsement of the power of the player, right? Like Landmark can clear people out with anything, any gun. It really doesn't matter. It's mostly, I mean, it's mostly the user, right? It's always the resounding thing that we find in Tarkov is it's mostly the user most of the time, and that the guns only do so much. 855A1 is really good. Yeah, 55A1 is still good, honestly. Especially if you're hitting headshots. Box in the kitchen in the middle has a high value loot spawn on it. That back area? Which bit? Which back area do you mean? And the medical top tier ammo. Ultra rare. Yeah, I know what you mean. And make people kind of like load more. I think so. Or all of them. Jump up on the box. Up here, you mean? Like up here? Do you mean this bit? Yeah, down here. I can't actually remember now. On the side opposite where you drop down. This one and this one. Oh, where you thought person was? Oh, I see. Huh. Just Aramid. Nothing in this bit. It's funny that no one's come here. I guess because nobody's looting or whatever. Raids are really quiet. Well, easier for us to just kind of learn it and skadoodle. Okay, well, I mean that'll do for now. Let's go down here. Do this one. Is that one another? It's a buckwheat. Probably better off with the buckwheat, honestly, than an MP5K. So to get yourself a pittance. Craft 995, you can't buy it. But that's okay, because you can stack it with M855A1 that you can craft, which is the perfect thing. That's why it's so great, because they combine together, right, in the same magazine. CT. That was a step from someone. Step bug. Okay, well, a step bug, but I don't see anyone. Can you open that? No. Then this is where Czech 15 is, but... through here. And I think you're supposed to be able to like look in and see some of the stuff in there. Just see if there's anything in there. Like G-phone, some wires. Oh. You can see some of the things in the room. I think was that a teapot there? Teapot on that side. Yeah, you can see some bits and pieces. And then this lets you out here. Yes, cultists are still 100% Puma. Maybe they put M855, A1, and 556 along with M8 to Peacekeeper 3. It's like something at 4. I don't think 55A1 should be at Peacekeeper 3. I think 56A1 is at Peacekeeper 2. You just have to do the quest. So I don't think that's necessarily an issue. What's the easiest way to get to from here? So we've got damaged house, evac zone. God, which one's evacuation zone? Is evacuation zone the one behind the Concordia Hotel? Damaged house is like all the other way across the side of the map, so I don't really want to go there. You have to get some crazy drops if it's still the end of wipe. Yes, it is. It's the Concordia one. Okay, yeah, fine. Lion on the couch? Did I miss a lion? Oh no. Get out before the player scouts one. Yeah, it's fine. We don't have a space anyway. Never knew about the hole. You have to have a key. You have to have a special key for it. Oh well, like yeah, lions are like 110 anyway. So for a 6 slot, they're not actually that amazing. I'm not like heartbroken to not get that. It's all right. I think this one's easier to do. I probably should have gone out the front really, but it's okay. But yeah, player scouts do end up swarming in there normally. Although it just seems very quiet right now. We did hear somebody. Someone was over this side, but that was a little bit earlier. We won't go through construction. Because construction's always absolutely streaming with scavs. Teeming. And Lexos can be too sometimes, but not in the same way. I find construction is just crazy. Plus the line weighs a lot. I actually don't know what the line weighs. I can't remember. Most talk about M80, 7.62 by 51 rifles only become usable. I think you might be underestimating the power of BCP FMJ though. I think BCP FMJ might be okay next wipe. It got a big buff, remember. It's now... I can't remember what the damage is, but it's a lot. It's basically like PS, but does more damage. It's got 35 pen, which is pretty good. Like, it was bad before, because you had to choose, like, good damage or good pen between the two. But now you don't need to choose that, so... I feel like it's okay. Would you say the Lightkeeper questline was worth it? To get to Lightkeeper himself, it was fun. I enjoyed that, yeah. I mean, I wish that he would give you some kind of like in-raid trading ability. I wanted to do it, but here's a random idea. You can blow open any door with a C4, but it's for Bloodhound after you, something like that. Can you imagine makes you tagged and cursed or something? That'd be fun. Don't like if it's Peacekeeper 4. Yeah, I know. M80 of Peacekeeper 4 is too much. I know. It's super quiet, right? It's crazy. Super quiet. But yeah, FMJ is good. What was the damage? 83 damage? Dude, it's going to be amazing. 83 damage and 35 pen. I think people are going to sleep on this next wipe. Like, I genuinely... So I think I'm going to... So I ignored the RFP last wipe. And I think this time around, I'm going to probably start using it again. Because it is good. And the damage is really, really high. It's a very good gun. Because I guess we're thinking about the early wipe again this time. So we said, like, PPSH before. UMP is still... honestly not terrible. I know they've nerfed it quite a lot, but the bullets still just do ridiculous amounts of damage, and the low fire rate makes it a bit more controllable. But yeah, now that the fact that you've got on Skier, you've got Skier level 2, you've got this Barter here. This Barter's probably not going to be that good straight away. But people don't really need gas analyzers for stuff. Like, the gas analyzers probably won't be that much more than 20k. So you can probably buy this for 40k, I would think. And then getting FMJ, or BCP FMJ, which is like PS, but on crack. I think it's actually going to be pretty decent. Because it's not like you can use PS out of a gun with like 0 recoil early, right? People like PS anyway, in spite of the fact that you pretty much use the weapon on semi, and or maybe you use an AKM on full auto, like at point blank, but it's pretty rare. Yeah, but what gun do you use early wipe? So, yeah, so look, if I have nothing in my stash, then I would probably, depending on what I want to do, but I would probably either use this PPSH with the drum, because it's hilarious, It does cost a little bit more having it with the drum, but like think about it, right? Like it's one of the only weapons in the game that you can get early on with a big mag. It's got a 35 round magazine, and you can either shoot people in the head or you can hit them in the legs and they die pretty quick. It's pretty good. If you want to go semi-auto right at the beginning, you could go SKS. I don't like SKS as much. I tend to do VPO 136 if I'm doing that, because it's got less recoil than the SKS, less perceived recoil, more horizontal but less vertical, which I think early on for semi matters more. And you can get 30 round magazines much more accessibly, because the problem is, yes, you can buy 30 rounders for the SKS, but they end up being, they're a lot of money. I think they're only at level 2 anyway, are they? Or are they level 1? Yeah, they're like nearly 10k. It's like 10k for a 20 rounder. I know you can top load and stuff, but I hate top loading. I think top loading's a false economy. I know some people it works for, but for me, I'll just get myself killed. But the fact that you can then use just like random AKs in raid, and we can repair them now from scavs, and you can get things like you can get BT at 542 using these barters and find it in raid. It makes 545 quite good. But yeah, I think that skiers, like if you, again, once you get to skier 2, I think the RFB plus BCP FMJ from Jaeger 2, I think this is actually going to be pretty good. I think you might be able to get it from skier as well. Yeah, you can. You can get it from skier 2. Is it skier level 2? Yes, it is.
Gold,
I think the RFB is going to be quite good. Hi, Quetty. Thank you for the Prime. Appreciate it. Would you do like keeper quests again if you weren't a streamer? I wanted to do them just because I wanted to do them. I wouldn't say it necessarily had any bearing on me being a streamer or not. I just kind of wanted to do them. Yeah, it's annoying that the Iron Gate one uses every time you go to any of the rooms. It's pretty nuts. Oh yeah, I was gonna put these things in here, wasn't I? Just to stop me from completely filling my stash is what I usually do. So there's a barter items one, right? That one. There we go. Now that's better. But I thought I like doing the Lightkeeper stuff because it was new and different. I didn't want to do Shooter Born again. I didn't want to do all the other stuff again. I just wanted to do something new, which is why I focused on doing the Lightkeeper one. Because I'd not done it before. You know? I've not done it before, so why not? Why not give it a try? MHP Peacekeeper 3, I agree. What do you think of the pre-wipe events? I think the events so far have been pretty good. Foul be usable? I'm not sure. It's still... I don't know. Maybe because you can get it from scavs. I'd probably rather just... I don't know. I'm not sure. Interested to see a number of players who actually got to Lightkeeper? Yeah, it must be really low. RP is the best budget weapon? I think so, probably, yeah. I'd use the 545. 545 is reliant upon you actually getting the ammo for it, though. You basically need... You want to have PP or above, really. You could use T. I think T is the highest pen you can get early, which is... I mean, it's okay. Come on, what was T's? What's T's pen? Is it 20 something? Oh. Large SKS mags are a pain. You lose a bullet and stuff. Yeah, they're annoying. I mean, the performance-wise, that seemed to work quite well. I mean, I know I've turned all my settings down low, so let's just run it again. You know what actually I should do? Let's get one of these filters. I always forget to put a filter in. But I should do it. It's one of the reasons why I don't level my skills very well, I think. Should we take a green flare? I guess we should. Let's see, streets. Let's go. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Grashu. What's Iron Gate used for? It's inside Czech 15. It's like the little rooms around Czech. Like you for the fun of it, only have to make the zone for lighthouse kills so large. I mean, yeah, I did it really late. You think M80 should be level 3? Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I do indeed. I think M80 should be level 3 Peacekeeper. Recently we watched some of your low-level early wipe guides. We're looking forward to the next one. Yeah, it's interesting thinking about it. Shift-click sorting table gives you more room. True. This is true. Shooter boards made me crazy. Yeah, dude, I'm not doing it this way. Leg meta with 545. Just built different. He's the Kedda. Kedda's also pretty cool. Yeah. Really enjoy your content. Only level 20, Timmy. I'm learning a lot from what you play. Oh, thanks, buddy. Well, I appreciate it. Hope you can learn something from the way I play the game. I'm definitely not a pro, but for a lot of people, sometimes that actually is better in some ways. Because I kind of like, you know, this is like the strategies to use if you're not a crazy Giga Chad, crazy gamer. You finished the Bloodhound quest since you have so much since you have BP? No, I actually didn't. I've done 10 out of the 20. We did run Shoreline quite a lot, but I just kind of got bored. Why are you such a meta slave? I know. So much of a meta slave. Too much. I do like the RD, though. I will say. What do you think of Streets? I think it's a really good map once you learn it a bit. Right. One second. Let me just press the button. The level 3 in a stamped metal gun. Yeah, meta slave for sure. I mean, I like good guns at the end of the wipe. I don't like having tons of money and then feeling like I'm dying because I'm just like still trying to cheap out. So I have tried to up it a bit as time's gone on. But I mean, at end of wipe it doesn't really matter as much. I'm not really that bothered either which way. So how's everybody finding BattleBit, by the way? How's everyone finding BattleBit? I've been playing it probably every day now offline for the last like 3 days. Once on my own and then twice with a friend. And it's honestly been really fun. It's really good. Although when I played it on the stream the other day, I was playing the 127 versus 127. I think it's like way too much. I've been playing 32 versus 32 offline, and it's like really cool. Like towards the end of the stream, we might even switch back over again and play a bit more because it's honestly really fun. But I do prefer the smaller game mode. I have to say that reminds me a bit more of like Bad Company. I've never been into the humongous battles, and it feels like just a huge meat grinder. But the 32 versus no. Right. YouTube peeps, can you see? Can you see it? Are we back? I got glitched. Okay, that's working. Twitch guys, can you see it? We're back. Good. Oh, what happened? It had a real hissy fit on the load in. Got it running in the corner. It's like really distracting. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It just decided it wasn't having it. It suddenly said, nah. We're done for now. So look at this. The Pro Kill medal under the floor. That's my favourite kind of loot spawn. How's the dual stream working out? It's going well. I do have some issues on the streets and stuff. That's kind of what I'm like semi-testing right now. Is like whether it completely works. I changed the qualities down to low. It seemed to just be on the way in, actually. It seems to be okay now, except for maybe on the load-in. I haven't had load-in crashes for a bit. I'm just trying a few different things because I'm sort of desperately trying to avoid. Let's see. I'm trying to desperately avoid having to get a second PC. To be honest. Because I don't have 2 PCs at the moment. And I'm hoping, because like for most games that's fine, and I'm hoping that I will be able to get away with not having like a dual streaming PC or like a double PC setup going on, because it's just a pain. I mean, maybe I'll do it eventually, but I just don't want to do it right now. Got other stuff to do. Put the beans in there as well. I thought the game wiped. Nah, not yet. We'll probably look at another couple of weeks before we get a wipe, I would say. The silver badge. It's part of that daily quest, isn't it? Crazy. Just need to find another one. Incredibly quiet, isn't it? Right now. We're seeing better numbers. I mean, I get about the same on Twitch, and YouTube is like 50% extra to double than what I get on Twitch. So it's like definitely worth it from that perspective. Yeah. It's just like there's just a whole bunch of people, and I'm sure the YouTube guys will tell you, there's a whole bunch of people that just don't use Twitch. So there's a load of people who now watch that didn't watch before. Because now it's more accessible. I mean, there's some people who are like, you know, they watch at work and stuff, and like Twitch is blocked, but YouTube is allowed, for example. Low texture stress the CPU? Yes, exactly. The problem that I have is my is if the GPU... So if CPU getting stressed is kind of one thing, that's fine. But with the 5800 X3D, it's less of a problem. But the problem that I have is when the GPU gets stressed and it goes to 100% GPU 3D, that's when I start getting like big stream glitches and stuff. What's that? Oh, that's actually a... Oh, it's... Yeah, bullets for the VSS. Interesting. Interesting. EVM. And Obdi2. Obelobelobelobelobidus. The pro kill in your sick case? Come on, go in. Oh no, the pro kill will. Ah, yeah, right. Very good. Good knowledge. Good knowledge. Save the money for the kids. Yeah, like it shouldn't be a problem. Like once Streets is optimized a bit better, it should be fine, right? That's what I'm hoping anyway. You wear the beard, put your face cover in the bag. Well, I could just drop this, just wear the beard. Just do it like that. Also a good idea. I love the min-max. Some people hate the back seat, but I embrace it. The YouTube freaks love Giga. The boys on the tubes. That is certainly an interesting looking toilet. Nice. And then there's the other dude here. Normally watch on Twitch, but love the quality on YouTube. That's good. That's good. The only thing that's slightly unfortunate from a streamer's perspective is that obviously on Twitch, right, there's like primes and stuff like that people get, whereas like on YouTube you don't get any of that. So like, yeah, YouTube has like the concept of members or whatever, but it's just not really the same culturally. So people are much more likely to subscribe on Twitch, which was something that I was thinking when I was just like, huh, I wonder if I'm gonna get like lots of extra people, but I'll end up like, you know, screwing myself over out of subs or whatever. But I was like, you know what, it doesn't really matter. It's fine. Yeah, Twitch ads really bad. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Twitch right now. I'd rather diversify my streaming platforms, honestly, than... Is there anything through here other than just like the Czech 15 room? And that door? Not really. The Giga stream, hello, can I have us? I quit Twitch, tired of their shenanigans. Google is much better, the visual quality is better. Yeah, and they treat their creators a bit better too, right? The memberships are 70... That's a mad... Have you ever thought about how big this coffee is? The split is 70-30 for creators over on YouTube, which is... It's better. It's a lot better. You know, who cares about 8 SPP? No one. No one cares about that. PVM. What else we got? Yeah, the Twitch ads are brutal right now. Yeah, I mean that Twitch is undergoing some problems, right? Like they don't know what they want to do with the platform. Like they're being forced by Amazon to cut costs and stuff, and it's just, yeah, they're in a tough spot. Not that I don't really care, if that makes sense. Like they're in a tough spot because Amazon wants them to make like more money, and they're like a drag on the company performance, or whatever. Like I don't care about that. Like I don't have any kind of sympathy or whatever. What's like cheap in here? It's probably hard drives. Are they cheap? It was that or the weapons parts. I'm not really sure. I feel like weapons parts may be a bit more expensive. Rip stop. It's like 20. Is that better than weapons parts? I'm not sure. Get recommended on YouTube, someone watch your vids. Yeah, exactly. Which is why it makes sense for somebody like me, because you know a lot of you guys already come from the videos in the first place. That's like how most people came to Twitch to start with as well. It just made sense for me to start over here and to diversify away from Twitch itself, given that it does seem to be just like in decline. Like, very likely I'm going to make Twitch partner anyway, so I was just like, whatever. We'll just. I don't care about that because it doesn't do anything. You get a tick against your name, and otherwise it doesn't do anything. So, more subs, more video views. Yeah, but kind of, yeah, broadly. Right, have we got the same set of extracts? Sewer River this time. Damaged house, Klimov. Oh, we have Klimov. I guess we could do... Make our way over to there. Whoops. That hat's worth quite a bit, in fairness. And these glasses. What happened to Cycle? Yeah, they closed the game, sadly. It just didn't work out. They just didn't have enough players in the end, which is sad, but I think they had a bit of an identity crisis, honestly, in the end. It was just the way that the game worked out, right? Like, what did you actually go to the game to do, ultimately? It was just... they didn't really have a strong enough identity for it, and ultimately that's what you need to, like, to keep players in the long term. Like, that's the big problem. They had a lot of hype. They built up a ton of hype, and it was really good to start with. They had, like, 20,000 concurrent players. But then after a while, like, the hype died down, and it's just like, well, if people are incentivized to carry on playing a game, then the game just dies, right? Unless you're really innovating and stuff. Like, Tarkov's got, for all the crap people give it, Tarkov's got an extremely strong, like, gameplay loop in the first instance. And with the wipes, there's a lot of content for people to actually get through. And I know, like, content creators often go, oh, there's nothing to do in Tarkov, and oh, the game's so boring, and blah, 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 right? But, like, for the majority of people, you can play for hundreds of hours, and usually people are only just... There's a lot of people who are only just getting to max traders and stuff by the time that the game is coming up for a wipe. You know, like, normally, the game would have wiped by now, and I'm level 50. I don't play as much as most streamers do, but I'm level 50, and I've done kind of all the things that I want to do, and the game's sort of, like, wiping soon-ish TM. And then it's going to be straight back into it, right? It's not like I'm finding myself... I played, what, one stream of another game, BattleBit, or whatever. But that's about it. I don't find myself, like, super compelled, like, oh, the game's dead, I'm so bored. There's nothing to do, I'm going to go and play something else for the next, like, 3 months. I tend to find that's just not the way Tarkov goes for me. The Tarkov Frontier is closing, yes. Hi, I'm usually quick, active around the ship at Discord. I've always helped people with tasks, taught them maps. Since you're on streets, what would you recommend? What do you mean? Recommend in terms of what? As like how to teach people how to play it, or? A good question would be how to get out of this bloody building. That would be a good question. I've not come through here before, and it's evident that I don't actually know how to get out of there. Now, I've gone up and over this previously. Maybe I need to get up on the top bit. Didn't like the gear system in the cycle. They just didn't feel like... I just didn't feel super compelled to play. Oh, you really? Oh, God, I hate the platforming angle of this. You could definitely get over here. I've done this before. Maybe I can get up there. Maybe getting up there is more... There we go. That's... It's going to be more consistent doing that. There we go. No game can keep you up if you full time it. I mean, time. Yeah, it depends on like how much full. It depends on what you mean by full time. So, but yeah, I do agree. But people play for thousands of hours, right? It's like even people who are just like, oh, I'm like not playing now, or whatever, and they've got like 2K hours on their belt. It's like, yeah, the game provides such an insane amount of value for most people. It's honestly pretty insane, actually. Ah. I was just no to streets, doing myself not knowledgeable there for the map. I think the most important thing is just learn where you can go in.
The chillest chat.
Thank you, Spicy. Thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate it, dude. The 2 months. Thank you, man. Yeah, I don't know. I just go around, do the stuff. Like basically on streets, the most important thing for streets is to learn where you can go in and where you can't, because you need to be able to know where to go if you get shot at. That's the thing. Streets is quite big though, so like I don't know all of streets. I wouldn't say. I haven't played enough streets to know every nook and cranny. I know it well enough to kind of get around decently now, but it's not like I don't have like back of hand familiarity with the whole map. Like some places more than others, sure. Also, just like try to go to areas that you don't. Like, that's exactly the point of this stream, honestly. Is like trying to go to areas that I don't usually go to. Am I looking already? No. Scav runs are good. Okay. Not sure where Mr. Scavvy is. Over there somewhere. It's fine. Gonna do all that. We'll go through post office. 8 hours a day and the wish to experience new stuff. Yeah, like if you actually play the game 8 hours a day, then yeah, you're gonna run out of stuff to do. In any game though. Right. We know this is true. Like, I don't play the game 8 hours a day. I play the game a lot more on the wipe, just because I'm making a lot more content and I kind of know life it, and my wife is just like, yeah, whatever, and kind of puts up with it. But outside of that, like the usual course of business, I don't play outside of the stream. So I play 3.5 hours, 3 days. So I play, what's that in total? 10.5 hours a week. And then the rest of the time I spend making videos and like spending time with just helping out with family, because like, you know, it's pretty intensive having 2 kids under the age of 3. So I spend most of my time just like wrangling children. Well, no, off stream. And like in the evenings, I've been playing other games. I've been playing like a bit of Battle Bit and whatnot. So, you know, there's that kind of stuff too. But I don't play it full time. That's the thing. I don't play full time. I make content full time. I don't necessarily play full time, and I like that personally. It breaks it up for me. I wouldn't want to play 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week like some people do. I just wouldn't want to do it. How do you feel about the audio? It's getting a lot better, honestly. It used to be awful, but now it's a lot better. I wish they made unopenable doors look different, but that's not realistic. No, I know what you mean. It's annoying to not know. Like, you just have to learn. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's kind of unintuitive on streets. He should come out left. Oh my god, really? Finally. Jeez. Oh no, I did search him. I searched him so quickly that my inventory didn't even come up. See if anyone's been in these. Get some free stems. Slaver, nice. What else we got in here? I don't like, people just aren't playing right now, so you could just wander around and just loot anything you want. Kind of neat. Yeah, Sugar City. I know. And Sugar's so good late white for stuff. I never find anything in this one. I find this one kind of sucks. What's we got? Leech is kind of crap. And Algin's only like 6k. To be honest, maybe we just take it. There we go. And we shot from behind either though. Lots of scav running.
Кепка, кепка! Вали кепку! Давай, мочи!
I don't really care about fighting them, to be honest. Just scavs at the end of the day. Do have it, right? Yeah. Hopefully I don't get shot. This has always worked so far for me, but... There we go. Got some streets and Czech buildings. Yeah. Any idea on other things coming? Other more pain? Well, the next wipe should just be technical stuff, really. If we have the... Let's see if I can just pull this up quick. Let's have a look. So this... Here we go. So this is what we should be seeing next time, right? This. We saw this already. This was the bit that we already did. Fixed the problem with flashlights. The rework of the sky, that actually got pushed. So that didn't happen yet. Audio tweaks on Interchange and Lighthouse, which got done. Changes in headsets, which we've seen. AI, I haven't really heard any difference with this. Fixes for incorrect stuff. I didn't know this was an issue either. Prone bots, but didn't care about that. So then we got this coming. And the question is whether these two things come together or not. I don't really know right now whether these will come together. I've always said it makes sense to me for Unity 2021 to come first. And then to move into update 13.1, because like this has got all sorts of stuff in it that can go wrong, right? This has got increasing players, improving hit registration. It's got the culling system, so that basically when you're inside a building, like stuff doesn't render, so it increases FPS, so you're not rendering things that you can't see. Optimizing RAM consumption, like semi-transparent materials, desynchronization, and all sorts, right? Surely you would want to update to this first, fix all the bugs here, and then do this. Like this shouldn't do anything. The last time that we had anything like this was this. Right, this is kind of all from my video. This was the last time that we had Unity. This was 2019 from 2018. And basically nothing happened except the game got more buggy. That was basically it. What's the best map for money? And when's the best to use my Chad kit? It depends on how many Chad kits you've got. Use the, if you've got like good quests to do that you still want to finish, use them for that. Best map for money right now is probably still just like streets. But what's interesting, they said they're testing 13.1 now, so Unity is done. I mean, we don't know. This is the question. We just don't really know. So they said they're testing this, but are they going to do them together? I feel like that's. I feel that Unity 2021 is probably required for this. Something to do with the networking and the way that they're increasing the numbers of players and stuff. It probably gets some of that from here. Introduction of new technologies, optimizing and updating graphics, support for HDR, reducing memory consumption, optimizing memory usage of locations and items. Like, surely this is required for this. That's why it's in this order. You got to assume. So, that's why I was expecting this. Actually, like, before now. Like, I was hoping that we'd get this already. Or, like, at least, like, kind of like nowish. The tournament stuff has kind of thrown everything out a bit. Because I was predicting originally that the wipe would be about the 13th. Originally. This was before we knew any of the stuff that we know now. And that Unity would be about, like, today. Something like that. And then we'd have 2 weeks to test it, and then the wipe would come on the 13th. That's what I was expecting. But now we don't really know. You know? We don't really know anymore. I wonder if I could show... Yeah, it's behind my camera, but anyway... Yeah, I was expecting it to be kind of like here. But we know there's a tournament finishing here on the Saturday. So that's why, like, now my new thesis is Unity on the 18th and wipe on the 25th, or maybe the 1st of August. I don't really know. Like, why would they do them together? It doesn't make any sense, right? You want to fix the bugs for this, and then do this, and then fix the bugs for this. If you do both, you don't know which part's the problem. I mean, maybe they'll do something crazy, who knows? And then we got this guy, but this, like, look how much stuff there's here. This is like more content mechanics than we've ever seen in a patch before. This is why this is definitely December. There's no chance that this is any earlier than that. Some people are still just like, oh, I think this is going to be August. I'm just like, there's no way it's going to be August. I mean, if I'm wrong, fantastic, you know? There's no chance that this is coming any time before December, I don't think. A new boss, the BTR, the Streets expansion, vaulting, armor plate, body armor rework, kit presets, the whole freaking UI rework, the hideout expansion, left shoulder shooting, and different animations, helmet flashlights, choosing body steel via hotkey. I mean, that takes 2 seconds. Like, there's just so much stuff here. It's insane, right? There's just no way. There's no way that's coming anytime soon. No chance. Minecraft man-chad kits are the best in labs. When's why happening? Nobody knows, man. No one knows. Thought it was going to be Unity wipe. I don't think so, because, like, as I pointed out on this one, they didn't wipe the game last time they updated Unity either. It doesn't really make sense to do it, because nothing in the game actually changes. Like, this changes stuff. Increased FPS and changing number of players and things. Like, at least there's something there. This doesn't change anything, and it shouldn't change anything in the game. Like, if everything goes right with the Unity 2021 update, we won't notice anything, I don't think. I think they intended to have Unity around the Bloodhound event, but something went wrong. Maybe. Are you going to do reserve the stream? Probably not. You want me to do reserve? Why do you want me to do reserve? What's up? Just had the best cast of my life. Nice, man. 14 smells like January. Could be. They could push it all forwards, yeah. Next year. Escape from Tarkov 2. It may as well be. Recall rework of mechanics for all weapons. Most anticipated change along with left-hand shooting combo with desync. Yeah, for me, look, it's desync, really. It's the desync fix. Yeah, I mean, I can't even be bothered to reset this quest, honestly. Like, I'm not going to do this one. I'm just not that interested in it. Right, so what else? What have I got that's... Just stick that in there, stick that in there. Actually, you know what? It probably is easier to do it like this, like somebody just said before. To do it like this way. Unload everything, like that. Drop all of this stuff in here. And then grab those. Take the splint, take the CMS kit. Then we're going to go sorting table. And what we'll do with that is then we'll go barter items. This is probably the best way. And then we go shift click. And shift click all the barter items in here. Yeah, that's the new meta, isn't it? Unfortunately, there's no, like, transfer button. I wish there was a transfer button. That'd be really good. Anyway, that will just have to do. That'll do. No, which, did I only pick up one? It was a skier quest. Let's see. I don't want to hand it in unless I've done both. Yeah, I've only picked up one. And a beard. A Vasa. Nice. Oh, and the pro kill. Oh yeah, and my Shamar. Sexy. So far we've not run into anyone. In Czech 15, which is actually kind of nuts. When we run into someone, we're just gonna die. Interesting thing, 13.1 is what's on ETS. Yes. Yes, it is. When do you think 13.1 will come out? At this point, I'm feeling like the 17th at the earliest. Maybe the 25th, maybe the 1st. Kind of that sort of timing. But it all depends on whether they do Unity or... Unity together. Like, I would still guess the 25th, I think. Just because I don't want them to do Unity and 13.1 at once. Personally. Where did you complete Tarkov Shooter 7? I think Woods. Maybe we already have Unity, don't know it. Maybe. Why'd I have to wait to do updates for things like recall and stamina? They just bundle them into big releases. That's kind of how this stuff works, I think. Are they trying stress testing services events? You know, just more bosses, scouts on the map. I don't think so. Maybe. I don't think so, but maybe. I just got accepted into ETS. I assumed everyone just needs to wait and they will get in. Yeah, some people just don't seem to get in. I don't really understand the process, but... Mr. Leaker is 13.1 officially on ETS? And BSG said it was. They said 13.1 is officially on ETS. Go and test it if you were in ETS. Oh yeah, let me press the button actually. So yeah, don't even have to leak it. BSG said to the community, go and, if you're on ETS, go and do it. Go and test it. Hey, Ghost, I'm doing good, man. Zach, the game is dead. I hardly run into anyone. Yes, indeed. Wish BSG would tell the ETS community what they could release to the public, just so a better idea what it looks like. I don't know why there's an NDA. It doesn't make any sense. Did you kill the cultists? No. I had a fun time with Hayes on Tuesday. Mainly just kind of supporting him killing them, because he was further along in the quest than me, and I killed a scav, so I screwed myself. But I enjoyed it. Like, we went and killed it. Killed a few. It was fun. I don't really care about completing the quest, really. And yeah, Meat, we don't know about the wipe timing. We're not sure. I'm guessing the 17th at the very earliest because of this tournament, to be honest, but we'll see. But yeah, anybody can apply for ETS. You just have to switch it. I think there's a little arrow in the launcher. I can't remember where it is. I think it's next to, like, down where it says live, next to the play button. You click that and go to ETS. You can apply in the launcher. It'll be a really nice addition, having a bot or 20 posts what you said in YouTube to Twitch. Yeah, the problem with that is it looks really, really messy. Because it's like an auto mod, like, bot reply, like, relay. It doesn't really work very well, unfortunately. That's why I've got it on screen. And normally people talk the most outside a raid, so I figured that was probably the next best thing. So people can see both now while it's on screen. But I don't want it on screen during the raids, because it then, like, messes up the editing when I'm doing the YouTube video stuff. I don't really want chat on there most of the time. Thanks for the gunsmith. No problem, man. Yeah, they might accept you in now, actually, on ETS, because they want people to test it. Applied 1-2 years ago, still haven't got in. I think the unfortunate thing is that once you've applied, I think it says that, like, now you've applied. Maybe just try to contact one of the community managers, because you might have just got stuck. Like, loads of people might just have a bugged ETS where it went to apply, but then got stuck somewhere, and that never went through, but your launcher is now stuck in, like, a permanently applied state. I don't know. Maybe try asking, like, Applezor or someone. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I don't know. Can we get a shout out to anyone who joined ETS to also join the Discord? You can find the link in the ETS forum if you have access. Yeah, go do that if you have access. I got accepted without even noticing. Yeah, it doesn't tell you, I don't think. I just feel so disconnected from my YouTube friends. I know. I know. It's not a perfect system. Nick says hello, at least. ETS patch is Unity? I don't know. Now I'm watching you find the big bad chats. Yeah. You're gonna jinx me. Technically, but I don't think they really care. Cultists still spawning 100%? Yes. Yes, they are. So you can go to Night Factory, they're definitely there 100% of the time. It's scary as hell. Cultists are absolutely insane and cracked, but... Do you have to Logical some days ago with a ban? Well, he got banned for... I think basically they said, like, oh, you know, no data mining at all anymore. And then he was talking about some stuff, but I think it was previous information that had already... It was from, like, a while ago, so Logical was just like... Why have you banned me? I haven't done anything since the update. Or since you updated your policy. Let's put it that way. He was like, I haven't done anything since you updated your policy. Like, you banned me unfairly because... Can you get through this gate? I feel like no. No. He said, I haven't done anything since you updated it. So, like, you put this policy in place of, like, no data mining, like, definitely no. And now you've banned me. And I didn't do anything since you put the policy in, right? Like, you know, you never had anything formally. And now I've been banned. So I think they unbanned him. Because he was like, yeah, I didn't actually post anything new. Kind of a technicality. I mean, as much as I like the stuff that he posts, and I disagree with BSG's kind of just general philosophy on this, which is the one reason why it's, like, led to people doing the stuff that Logical does. I mean, he has, like, flouted the rules in such a way that I think they would have been in their right to ban him if they had wanted to. Let's put it that way. If they wanted to just enforce it and just be like, it's because you asked people to break NDA, I actually think that would have been kind of fair enough. As much as I like logical. You know? In the last couple of raids, we started in a really easy spot when it comes to getting into Czech, whereas this time, it's a bit more tricky. It's this one here. I don't really like going through the front anymore, though, I find. Okay, well, scav. Oh, I never actually reloaded my mag. We'll have to do that when we get inside. I've got a drum. Oh my god! I mean, I think that's at me, but... Was it me? I'm not sure if that was all at me. But anyway, he got unbanned. I guess just as nature, you know, goodwill thing. I guess they spoke offline. I imagine. Okay, no, there's somebody else. It was really weird, dude. Like, it was really weird. Got 8k for 2 kills with headshots. Bonkers. Cat. There's somebody else in here. I guess they came in through the front. Interesting. I had somebody over here. Where's the door to get in from the outside? Is it this one? It is. No, I don't see anyone there. Twitch is going to fail. They do seem to be going that way, don't they? They just seem to be restricting more and more, and they're just taking the approach of like... Oh god, I hate that bug so much! We'll just... take more money from creators, you know? I don't think that's the... I don't think that's the way. Don't know, man. Like, if they're eroding their own market share, like they're resting on their laurels right now because they're the biggest, but eventually they're going to erode themselves away. I think it happens over time. You know, they're letting other people come in and take share, while other market players like Kick are doing like silly stuff. You know, they're making marketing ploys to try and grab streamers or whatever. Like, you know, XQC thing is like a big marketing stunt, but it shows there's other people who are there like trying to take it. But I think Twitch's hands are tied, honestly. I think their hands are tied by Amazon. They've got a boss, unfortunately, and they're the kind of incumbent in the business, and Amazon doesn't need them to survive, ultimately, which is a tough thing. They have to basically stand alone, which is pretty tricky. Like, it's not easy for Twitch, but they do keep making some stupid decisions too. Yeah, I also wish BSG would put pen damage in the game. I don't know why they don't. Doesn't really seem to be much upside to not. Like, they released a spreadsheet, you know? They put a spreadsheet of this stuff. It's like, well, okay. Like, how many people are realistically going to see that? You think you could just, you know, put it in the game for everyone? So that people aren't just like, you know, eternally online content creators can actually see these things as well. And for new players. It doesn't make sense. Like, I was talking to Church about this the other day on the podcast. It's like people come in asking all sorts of stuff in the chat. And I kind of understand why. Because for a lot of people, like, content creators really are like the central source for this stuff. Because, like, everything's so fragmented when it comes to Tarkov. You know, different people know different things from, like, Twitter, from Reddit, from this, from that, from the other. The post made by, you know, a community manager, Dimitri or whoever, Nikita himself. And only if you're creating content full time can you, like, really keep up with all of it, you know? Which is mad. Will he actually stop, though? He's going to stop posting it, because otherwise he'll get banned. Like, they will ban him, you know? If he doesn't agree, if he doesn't stick to it now, Logical will get banned. No questions about that. Got to be aiming high when you walk in the concrete? Oh, okay. We'll try that next time. Bit of this, a bit of that. What's up here? A bit of kvass. Other than our weird glitch earlier, it does seem more stable playing it in this way with low textures. No bugs, just features. Amazon might be better if Kick takes over Twitch's business. Well, maybe. It depends whether Twitch is profitable or not. Is Twitch profitable now? I'm not actually sure. If Twitch is profitable now, then they're better off because both are using the services, right? I know it doesn't really matter for Twitch because they're kind of just paying into the Amazon beast, which is owned by them anyway, so none of it really makes any difference for them, but yeah, if they're losing money, then it might make sense to combine. But, like, in some ways, it's good to have competition for streamers. I guess, yeah, for Amazon, they probably want a monopoly, so maybe it makes sense from that perspective, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like, streamers want a bit of competition. You want platforms to be vying against each other for attention. You know, the problem that we have with Twitch is that it's kind of like, well, if you're not on Twitch, then you're kind of shafted. It's like, if you're a full-time streamer, you can't really afford not to be on Twitch. I think that's the way a lot of people feel about it, which is understandable. Where'd you find the official spreadsheet? The official spreadsheet, I mean, it's basically the same as what's on the wiki. But the official spreadsheet was on their Twitter. They posted it on their Twitter. Which is really helpful. What was junk of this stuff, though? Probably like, wow, is it even BP? They sell for 600 each. Yeah, I suppose it's like 18k. It was probably soap. Soap's probably the rubbish one out of all those, that crew. We'll just go at the front. There's no need to go through the other bit. Really? It's down here. CPU fan, a DVD. I don't think that's worth it. Helix. Nah. Probably the oat flakes. One of them. One of them. Yeah. There we go. That's better. Better than oat flakes, anyway. Is there anything interesting in here? It's not a thing. That's just Kajura. Well, Kajura is good. Kajura can be like 30k. I'm not even sure what buckwheat goes for now. Kvass, vodka's like 20, so we'll probably get rid of that. Take the Kajura instead. And then I don't think teapots are worth that much anymore. Maybe go that way around? And then we can pick up something else one slot. Like these. They're not worth much, but go out the front. Right. Where's our exfil this time? Sewer river damaged house. Oh, this is not where I wanted to go. Yeah, Sewer River, Damaged House, Klimov. Ugh, I mean, where are we compared? Damaged House. They've all really. These are all really bad for us. Sewer River's over there. Maybe Sewer River? Is that better than Damaged House? I'm not even sure right now. They're all really far away. How's it going? Late to the stream, got any particular plans? We were learning how to do the Czech 15 building, but we've kind of learnt it, and there's like nobody here. Like, at all. There is no one playing the game right now. So we've just wandered around as if we're playing offline mode. Well, which is useful for learning it, I suppose, but... Do we care about money? No. Not really. I'm trying to learn bits of the game that I don't know very well. Yeah, Courtyard's kind of hit or miss though, right? Because it might not be there. Do we look in Czech 50? What? What are those boys doing there? Crazy. Oh, I think Payne was talking about in-game. Not like whether we care about IRL money. Yeah, not everyone has Twitter. No, exactly. I mean, it's the same as on the Ballistics wiki, so I wouldn't worry too much, but... The first dude screwed up. I know, I managed to... I managed to, like, shoot left of him, like, way too long. Guy saw for so long, like, he waited to shoot? I don't understand what happened. That was weird. I fired loads of bullets and just, like, missed him, like, 20 times first before going on target. Czech is so dead. Well, I mean, there's just, like, two guys standing outside. Oh, I got a goal nicked. Oh, man. A goal nick will do it. Curse yourself, I say no one was playing. Oh well, it's all okay. We lost a bag full of stuff that we don't need, so it's all fine. But you know what we came away with? We came away with knowledge, friends. That's what we took from that raid. Knowledge. I mean, I understand what to do. Waiting for you, Rafi. I guess you could hear me stomping around for ages. Presuming that was you. I'm guessing it is, given you came in. Just ran into the only two other PMCs. Yeah, it's not like it was been particularly stacked otherwise, right? Like the raids were completely quiet otherwise, so... I mean, I guess, like, we could do some other stuff now. I don't mind. Like, we did some street stuff, which is fine. We could carry on hunting the Bloodhounds. These guys, I guess. We could do that. Just run into... Yeah. Wasn't me just saying they would have heard you walking in about there. I would have waited also. Fair. Yeah, as the guy in there though, you're just kind of like, what can you do, you know? You just gotta wait and take your chance where you can. Was ETS? Yes, the test server. Do some sniping on customs? That sounds really hard. Fighter Tarkov's been enjoying the dead raids, fighting against AI for unknown minority. See, in some ways, it's like late wipe's quite good for new players because it depends where you go. Like customs is probably still absolutely jacked with people, but let us take. Oh no, this is let's take this one. This guy out for a spin. Not used these kind of guns for a long time. BS. Fact. I think this has got a Golnik in it. Don't really want a Golnik. How much BS have we got? 400? SPP, BT, oh yeah. That'll do. Get another one of them. Now. Yeah, so maybe we just play Shoreline. Again. Because we ain't finding anybody else on there. And at least like we've got some AI to fight against. Somebody was telling me the other day about the bags. Just being like, you know, you don't have to do the annoying sorting table shuffle if you just drag the whole stack in and then drag the stack back. But you can't do that if you've got annoying bags. Like if you get rid of all the Blackjack 50s, all the Beta 2s, and that kind of thing in your bag, then yeah, you don't need to do that. But actually, you know what? Let's take... You know what? Let's do it this way. Do it like that. Right, and then we got... Don't actually have any proper grenades. I don't really want to take the impacts with me. Impacts are alright, but like tactically, it's quite nice to just be able to like throw a nade like that. Because if it goes off straight away, like it's for killing them, which doesn't really like push their position or whatever. Like you're unlikely to kill them. Oh, these things need to repair. Yeah, you're unlikely to kill them, and it's just a bit awkward, I find. Okay, we probably need something a bit better than this, don't we? It's got a delta point on this bad boy right now. Right, let's go modding. Oh, I don't that. Get rid of that. What's that on there? Oh, it's just to rise it up a little bit. Won't need that if we've got something like a Spectre on it. Got anything else? Yeah, just this laser. All right, that'll do. Get rid of that. Yeah, that's right. Cool. Go and try and kill some more Bloodhounds. Knife Factory worth trying. I've never fought a cultist. Knife Factory's mental, but... You love about all the games that people say are Tarkov killers? Yeah, it's a shame with the cycle shutting down though. It's sad. I don't like it. Makes me sad anyway. It's the... Oh, here we go. We'll update that. Cycle 2 resurrected as a voxel battlefield game in 2 years. Can we get Regis in the G28? Maybe after this one. Thanks for tutorials. No worries, man. Picked up Tarkov recently. I don't really know what's happening. It's a complicated game. I wouldn't worry about it. It's complex. Right, let me just press the button for Twitch. Is ready to see your graphics settings. Your game is gorgeous. Really? I've turned it down so much. So, does the transmitter also deactivate the mines in the mountains? No. Should just be the bridge. Yeah, no large developers willing to take on Tarkov. Indeed. Got the Weetabix? Yeah. This morning, me and my toddler both had Weetabix. Sometimes she likes it. She calls it Daddy Breakfast. She doesn't call it Weetabix. She calls it Daddy Breakfast. Unpopular opinion, but I want a PvE co-op extraction shooter on 12 for PvP. Can't give up with the Fortnite kids. I wonder, yeah, I guess, like, well, I was going to say DMZ is a bit more like that, I suppose, but... Did you ever play World of Tanks? I did! I enjoyed it, but I don't think the end game of World of Tanks is very good. I mean, I played it years ago. We're talking... Oh, gosh. We're talking, like, 10 years ago now. And it was fun. But I kind of stopped enjoying it after, like, tier 6. Because it's just really campy and kind of dull. In my opinion. What's up with the Weetabix and dads? My dad has them as well. But they're so rare in Finland. Man of good taste. Yeah, a combination of watching other people and playing yourself are the two ways to get good at Tarkov. Because, like, there's too much to know and learn to test everything out yourself. And you can, when you watch other people play, you watch them do patterns and map routes and spawns and locations that you wouldn't think of yourself, or you don't have time to go and test, but they know they're tried and tested for them, so it works. That's a good way, but you need to play yourself as well to get an appreciation for what people do differently from yourself. You can't only watch. That's the thing. It's kind of a mixture. I tend to do that via YouTube videos rather than streams, but I've watched my fair share of streams over the years. Battlefield tried to take on Tarkov. But the problem is, like, the Battlefield take on Tarkov, the whole game failed. It wasn't necessarily just their Battlefield, whatever it was. I can't remember what it's called now, their mode. But the whole game failed, didn't it, when they released it? So it was, I don't know whether that was necessarily fair. Yeah, neither. Because neither of them have enough complexity. And the same with the cycle in some ways. Like, there's not enough depth to be able to keep people interested for the long haul. Like, people, you want people to keep coming back over and over. Like, part of it is, like, the things that sometimes people hate about Tarkov are some of the things that make Tarkov great, which is, like, the grindiness, and there's always something to do, and people hate the quests, but they kind of begrudgingly do them anyway. And it's like, there's so much to do for the average player per wipe, even though it's kind of the same every time. Like, every time you do the quest, it's a bit different. You know, the raid itself is different. Like, obviously the location is the same. But there's also a joy in, like, knowing how to do them and just, like, speeding through them as well, sort of. Like, you feel, even though you're like, oh, I've done this, like, 5 times, but, like, you know how to do it now, and you're like, okay, if I need to go here and here, you can, like, optimize for the best strategy to go and get it. You're kind of, like, metagaming the quests themselves. When you're looking at them the first time, it's a different thing to when you're looking at them, like, 5th time. Depends on what kind of player you are, too. I find it very difficult to get bored. It's both a strength and a curse, depending on what you think. It's good for being a content creator, because it means I don't jump around very much. But I'm the type of person, I tend to play one game for 4 years, and then move on to the next one and play that for 3 years, and then play another one for like 2 years, and I've always been like that. I'm very specialised with what I play. I don't play a great variety of games, but I tend to play the ones that I play to absolute death. Do you ever have a beer and Tarkov at the weekend? Actually, no. Not at the moment. Not now. To be honest, I never have a beer in Tarkov anyway. I don't like playing Tarkov with a beer because I just find it degrades the experience for me. Because then when you die and you're like, you know you should have won a situation, but like because you're having a beer, it sucks. I mean, I used to when I played with some IRL friends, but now I don't because I basically only play with chat at this point. Hazard Zone's fun. Do you have anything on your Weetabix? So I have milk and sugar, and I actually have it heated. I like heat mine up in the microwave. Tarkov has cornered the market on gun customization. Oh yeah, 100%. It's very good. Best in class, need I say? Drunken Squad, never. Hey. There we go. Right, this is actually a kind of weird spawn. I'm quite far forward compared to normal. We can check weather station, I suppose. You heat the milk. I actually microwave the whole thing before the sugar. Very important. I'm very specific about the way it needs to be done. Weetabix in a square bowl. I have a 70th anniversary Weetabix yellow bowl. Weetabix goes in the square bowl too. One side by side. The milk goes on top, just to the surface to stop any crunchy parts. In the microwave, 1 minute. And then just a tiny sprinkling of sugar on top. That's how I do it. Oh. They're just a regular scav. It must be, there's just one. I don't care then. Bloodhound still spawning? Yes, at a 30% rate. I normally find them at power station. I've only really seen them there. To be totally honest. I used my one nade, sad. Is it true that more cheats on because of an event? Maybe where there's the cultist spawn, because there's like high tier gear and stuff. So like night factory maybe, and maybe like, you know, night customs, whatever. It wouldn't be in the day though, because the cultists don't spawn in the day. They only spawn at night. Microwave's not cricket. It's the only way, I'm telling you. Gold Weetabix is kind of grim, if you ask me. Do you also have this flickering problem during sunny raids? Yeah, I do. I've had it for ages. I don't know whether it's like low shadows or what the exact problem is. I can't ever seem to get rid of it. Oh, really? There we go. Now, no one should have crept up on me here, I don't think. I didn't hear anybody the other side or anything like that, but... You never know. I don't see any bloodhounds down there. Places I've seen them so far is down here. But also, like, down here? I've seen them here by this spine rock. Like in there. I don't think that's a bloodhound. I think that's just a scav. This is why people don't like 545, I think. Lots of situations where it just kind of sucks. Are you using the AK just for fun? Yeah. Why do you use impact grenades? I was saving them for Grenadier, really. But also, they're tactically not quite as... they're not quite as useful. I wonder where that shooting was. That sounded like up at bus station. I wanted the impact. I wanted my nades to kind of, you know, get people to move and deter them. Like, if I don't have line of sight, I probably can't get an impact to connect in the first place. If that makes sense. And so I kind of want them to move, and I just want to get the audio key from hearing them run. It's primarily what I use grenades for. Like, I never get grenade kills. That's why I never complete Grenadier just naturally. No, okay, that's nothing. God damn it. Yeah, I'm suffering from my choice of caliber now. No, these are not bloodhounds, these are just regular bozos. 5 for spraying. Yeah, and it just kind of sucks if you're Wait, was that a scav? Oh. Not sure. It sounded like a scav death, but there's people up here, bizarrely. What's your FPS? I don't know. Feels about 70, 80 right now? Maybe 85. Maybe we check right to the end. Have a quick look over this way. Oh, bloody hell, I think that's sniper. That's sniper scav numero 2, I believe. I think. Just sit here for a second. I want to reload this, really. Gonna take a while. Waste a lot of money trying to get Grenadier done. Yeah. Caliber equals playstyle. Maybe. Kind of. Depends. Yes, not finishing Grenadier. You could use the quest to see if you got someone with the nade. This is true. What GPU do you have? I have a 3070. 92? What's this guy voiping?
Anyone home? Hello? Hello? Please
We weren't making friends. That wasn't gonna happen. Sorry, buddy. Eggs and bacon. Were they in the chat a minute ago? I recognize the username. Is that someone from chat? I feel like it is. Now I want some breakfast. Damn. What do you have VSS? Oh yeah, okay. Where did we get to on this? Didn't always reload all of this, did we? To be honest, this one is just taking forever, right? So Just reload this one. I can't be bothered with the other one. Yeah, 90 to 100 FPS. That's what I usually get when I'm streaming on maps that aren't Streets Lighthouse, whatever. It's like 90 to 120, depending on what's going on, kind of thing. Nitrate-free bacon. Solid. You know what? I do like bacon. I haven't had bacon for ages. I had bacon for the first time the other day on Father's Day in ages, just because we tend not to have bacon because it's kind of too salty for the little ones. Like, we normally eat the same stuff as they do, and you have to be quite careful with kids and salt. Or, like, in theory anyway. I mean, some people don't care, but it doesn't matter that much ultimately. There was someone over there. I just saw the scav. So yeah, because like they eat quite a lot because they're growing, but the problem is I thought I heard something there. They eat quite a lot because they're growing, but they are like a sixth of the size of an adult, so they can only take like a sixth of the salt. But lots of food actually has quite a lot of salt in, so you have to be quite careful. So I had bacon for ages, and I had some for Father's Day. My wife made a fry-up. She was like, oh, what would you like? I was like, I'd like a fry-up with bacon, because I've had that for so long, like such a long time. And yeah, I had that the other day, and it was really good. Never heard of Weetabix. Looked it up. It's a block of oats you put milk. It's a block of wheat that you put milk in. But yes. It soaks up all the milk. And it's like a breakfast cereal, yeah. But it's one of the lower... There's basically like two... Well, there's a couple of like low sugar breakfast cereals. Weetabix is one of them. I swear I know Egg and Bacon. I swear I know who this person is. There's another one like shredded wheat. The thing is, the other ones, I feel like Weetabix is the perfect combination of like, yeah, there's a tiny little bit of sugar compared to some of the others, but against like, yeah, rolled porridge oats or shredded wheat, which are like zero sugar at all, they just taste like card to me in comparison. I think Weetabix is the nice middle ground between the two. It's still really low like actual sugars, but it actually tastes nice. So good you found us needed too much? Yeah, we've never been like massive on the bacon. I mean, I do like it sometimes, but... They never tell you about the sacrifices you make with the kids? No, I know, it's true. How's that going? Yeah, we didn't see any on this raid. Add salt to add sugar. Mm-hmm, indeed. Yeah, bacon, do it from the butcher. Yeah, it's not... Yeah, if you're going to do it, it's probably the best way. Because they're getting it in fresh. They're not trying to keep it on the shelf for, you know, however many days. Shredded wheat icky? Yeah. Are there other ways of eating it? Yeah, I mean, you can eat it loads of ways. There's lots of different serving suggestions. Although I think anybody who doesn't do it my way is just a heathen. But, you know, that's just me. Egg and bacon. I came in peace. I knew it was you. Oh, I was just like, nah, there's no way we're being friends here. I was like caught slightly awkwardly in a bush where I couldn't stand up properly. So we're in a very asymmetric position. I was like, I just need to take advantage here. Low sugar proceeds to coat in sugar. Yeah, exactly. Only a sprinkle, tiny bit. What were you running? SP6. 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 Fancy. Worth 90k just to sell. Not sure how much I like this build, but I think the RK2 is unnecessary on this gun. I don't think it reduces recoil enough to make it worth... to be honest, it doesn't really matter. It's just expensive. Like, I just don't think you get much for that, for this attachment. Like, the VS is almost the same without anything as it is with something. It hardly makes any difference what you do, to be honest. What do we do here? Yes, we had BT. The problem is, right, BSBT is actually good against players. It's just not very good against AI. Okay, it's okay against players. It's decent. It's decent. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. Right, let's go and eat some of this sugar. What time is it anyway? 3? Okie dokie 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 dokie. So, yeah, that was that. I mean, this gun, I quite like the gun. The gun's alright, but the bullets just kind of suck on 545. Right, let's try again. Let's go again. We'll just try and hit the spots. Where are the other spots for Bloodhounds, by the way? We've got, I think, Weather Station, I think, was one. But I've always seen them at Power, or maybe on that spine bit. So Random Builder got in labs. Oh, fair enough. Are you winning, son? Yes, Lemo. I'm doing good. Has the cultist event ended? No, not yet. You can still go and get it. In Factory, or Night Customs, or Night Shoreline, or Night Woods. Sponsored by Weetabix. I wish. I'm trying. When is wipe? Any speculations? My speculation, I did a video about it, so go and watch that, about like all the factors. But my speculation is, well, if I was just to randomly guess, I think it's like, you know, Unity update on the 17th and then wipe on the 24th or the 31st, something like that. But I don't know if they're going to do them together. I just don't think we're going to see anything until the 17th. We could, but I think it's unlikely. BS over BT. BS is really good against class 5. That's the thing. Because of the pen. It's just amazing for that. It's going to spawn a lot in streets. I'm honestly not sure. He's supposed to spawn relatively decently, I think. Oh, 5% apparently. Right, let me just press the button. Weather station, spine, power, as well as gas. And the village where the dead end scav extract is. Oh yeah, someone posted it in my Discord before, actually. I forgot about that. I'll have to go and check that. It was 17. I just can't imagine it being earlier than the 17th. Like, my guess is like the 24th, 25th, or like the 31st first, something along those lines. But I don't know what they intend to do with Unity. If they do both together, we could wipe on the 18th, in theory. The tournament finishes on the 15th. They could wipe like the week after. Maybe they do it on the Sunday night, or they do it on Monday night, or something. Monday, Tuesday, I don't really know. If they do Unity first, they might want to test that before they push the main patch. Because we still haven't had Unity, right? There's 4 points on the roadmap. We've had point 1. Point 2 is Unity. Point 3 is 13.1. And point 4 is 14.0. I'm pretty sure that content patch is coming in December because there's way too much stuff in there. So we've got Unity and 13.1. If they come together, it could come like mid to end of July, like the 18th. If they don't come together, they push Unity on the 17th, 18th, and then they maybe wipe either a week later or like 2 weeks later after they've sufficiently tested it for 13.1 to do the desync patch, which is like, you know, increasing player count to 60 and yada, 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 all that stuff. But I don't know. Is there a game you've been itching to play outside of Tarkov if you ever find the time to play it? There's so many games that I kind of want to play, but I don't feel like a big itch. The biggest game that I have an itch for right now is BattleBit. I actually really like it. I have Diablo 4, but it just isn't quite, like, I'm not sure. I haven't got quite into it enough. I haven't played through the full story. I'm only level 30. So I haven't played it enough yet. But BattleBit is... I'm really enjoying just the experience of playing that game right now. No reason, but did you queue at 6 a.m. or 6 p.m.? I can't remember. I think PM. I'm not sure. Best of all against class 6 if you land your shot center. Yeah, because it's got high pen, so it'll do damage too. Would you prefer BSG and wipe dates in advance? Would you enjoy the drama not knowing? I think that not announcing the wipe is actually quite important. Because the game loses all meaning once the wipe is announced and people know when. I do wish that it was a little bit more scheduled in some ways. It depends on when this one's going to be. It makes it very difficult to like plan time if you're a content creator. But I mean, BSG shouldn't pander to us, so you know we've just got to go and suck it. I think it's better to not announce it, honestly, because you can still play the game normally now because it could be in a month. Whereas if you know it's going to be in like a week and a half, everyone will probably just not play for a week and a half. And it's psychologically, it's very different knowing versus not knowing. What are the chances of Bloodhound spawn? It's like 30%, I think. I want to believe in the wipe for 1st of July. Yeah. More fun if it's a bit stealth. I think so. Can't get over the battle bit. VoIP, TOS, and some stuff in there. To be fair, they are banning loads of people. I don't know how they're doing it, but they've got like, you see like swathes of people getting banned all at once. And you have to like long press on that. I accept the terms and conditions. Da da da. Like, they seem to be really hot on that. Speculating the wipe is probably the most active activity the community has after a month into wipe. No, Mega, don't ban anyone. It's fine. Don't ban anyone. I'm the opposite. I have 34 mil to spend and Chad gear to use before the wipe. Want to know when it is so I can plan when to use it. But that's also kind of the fun, you know. How's hunting going? Haven't found any too. We were playing streets before this. I updated the titles of everything. Yeah, we didn't find any. We've played 2 raids so far. No, 1 raid? Did we play 1 or 2 raids? Just the 1, right? We didn't find any on that one. Hideout gets wiped too. Yes, everything gets wiped. You go right back to the start. Or when it brings the old school Battlefield VoIP. It just reminds me a bit more of Bad Company 2 than any other game I've played in the past sort of 5 years. And that was probably my favourite sort of squad-based FPS of all time. Nothing so far has had that same small scale, but big enough to like be quite active level to me out of anything I've played, which is good. Make me a mod on YouTube too. Got bored and bought T7s. Yeah, that's one way to feel it. Absolutely. Wait, so it's a wipe day, or do we just know it comes with the next patch? We don't know anything. They haven't said anything. You know? Oh. Yeah, this is long time matching. Bad Company Vietnam was wipe out. That was actually really fun. Yeah, this is a long time. You're probably right. Let's cancel. Yeah, we don't know anything at the moment about wipe. BSG have not said anything. We don't know anything. We don't know if it's going to wipe with Unity, with 13.1, whether they're coming together, whether they're going to do it before the tournament, whether they'll do it afterwards. No one knows. Yeah, Church has been playing the finals. Used to play Rust a lot. I'm used to the wipes happening. Wipe is good though, right? And I was thinking about this. I think somebody put up I think Valiant put up a tweet. I didn't reply to it yet, but he was saying about how if there's any way to not wipe, because the cycle stopped wiping. You need a wipe in this game in some form. Like DayZ has, I mean, they actually have, DayZ has server wipes even on community servers, but DayZ kind of has an automatic wiping mechanism for non-base building, like more vanilla, because you die and you lose everything and have to start again. So that's kind of like a self-wipe mechanism. Rust has server wipes. Yeah, we had the matching bug. It's annoying. Actually, I don't think we need to ensure everything. If you get the matching bug and you back out, I don't think you need to ensure. Hellies with the speakers. Dude, it was so much fun. And the music, it was great. Mario RPG. Notice audio problems? Not really, to be honest. Love the price of PvP tidbit as a wipe indication. Dude, if it ends up being like in 2 or 3 days, 3 days time, that'd be so funny. They're making DayZ 2. Who's making DayZ 2? I know Shroud and Sakura are making some game, which could be DayZ 2 like, but we don't really know. 2 server system, 1 persistent with no wipes, other seasonal. Yeah, I just think that the no wipe server will just be completely dead. I can't understand or imagine why anybody would play it. The only way I would do that is if it was hardcore or something. But again, like, why would anyone play that? Like, you're either like slowly grinding up. It's just weird. Do you need to insure it if you insured it already? Yeah, I think that's true. Tarkov could work with no wipes at all, or else you need a way to balance out gear. You need to wait for players to risk losing their stuff. I mean, yeah. But, like, they don't... Tarkov doesn't have that, that's the problem. Haven't you seen the news? No. Daisy 2 is in development? Or at least, I guess maybe they've started it or something. Rather have single player than no wipes? Yeah. They could have, like, no wipe offline. No wipes over for testing? True. Hardcore would be awesome, dudes. Like, I would love hardcore. A separate character with hardcore. It'd be amazing. So everyone's on the same page. It'd be fantastic. Permadeath thing could replace wipe if they could make it work. Maybe. Where do Bloodhounds usually spawn? I normally see them at Power Station. To be perfectly honest. That's where I usually get them. Landmines in Lighthouse? Yeah. There's a bunch. And they even put claymores up on top of the rocks. They ruined my old rogue shooting spots. A lot of people only get to do a raid or two, so getting endgame is really hard. Persistent server lets them experience the endgame. Yeah, I guess so. And then also, if it's super quiet and it's just scavs as well, that tends to cater to the casual player more. So that's probably alright. What's the appeal of DayZ? Is it Tarkov with zombies or just more sandbox? DayZ is just like, it's very different to Tarkov in many ways. I've been playing it a little bit recently. It's just, it leans way more into the survival-y aspect of the game. Maybe do go and check down here. I don't like, yeah. Is it worth checking in village? For these boys? Seasonal hardcore? Yeah, it'd be awesome. Just to scav. We'll go back to the middle bit. Oh, they do have a hardcore server. And a leaderboard. Dude, I think it'd be awesome. I really do. Because it gives something for players who've played like a billion times to do. It would stretch the progression out enormously for those players. And it'd be more like what Tarkov was always intended to be. But without gutting the base game for those players who aren't able to play all the time. And who aren't, you know, hardcore, like either content creators or like 7th wipers or whatever. It would be sick. But it would give a place for all of those players to go, rather than just getting bored. And everything would mean something, right? The game would have so many stakes involved in it every time you played. It'd be sick. But yeah, I mean, DayZ leans much more heavily into the survival element. Like most of the time on DayZ, you're spending time trying to find food, water. Like you start with nothing, and you die from food and water really quickly. So you have to go and find water source. You can drink from... There's like faucets in the towns. One thing that I'm always amazed about with DayZ is the... like the LOD, like the amount that you can see, like the detail that you can see from distance. Now you can see the cities from miles away. Like if you're up on top of various hills and stuff, you can see like full cities like over from like a long way away, which helps with navigation because you need to navigate around the map because it's like a full world. Like, the original DayZ map is absolutely huge, so you hardly ever meet anyone. And then hotspots are guarded by zombies, basically, which there is a method to them, but zombies are not like scavs. Like, zombies aren't really supposed to kill you. Like, they will en masse, and if you don't have a gun, they will kill you. But you can kill zombies one-on-one just using your fists. But zombies are really there as, like, they're more like, they're more there to tell other players that somebody was there. So zombies only spawn around, like, town areas and loot areas when a player was there, if that makes sense. So, like, if you see zombies in a town, you know that somebody was there recently. And that's kind of their function. So they sort of function like scavs, except they don't just, like, one-tap headshot you from across the map. So it's a bit more, yeah, it's a bit more kind of, like, functional in that way. They have, like, a different role in DayZ. And you can take them on one-on-one with fists, but, like, sometimes, you know, like, getting damaged in DayZ is also pretty dangerous. You don't want to, like, bleed and stuff. You only have so many bandages at the beginning, or maybe none. Depends on what kind of server you start on. So, like, most of it's just, like, trying to find food and stuff and just becoming, like, self-sustaining on food or whatever. And then you can go to the military camps to try to get some guns. Like, guns come, like, a lot later in DayZ. Like, you normally have something crappy, but to get, like, actually kitted, it takes quite a while. Especially if you're not, like, a pro like me. I'm not a pro at DayZ. So, yeah, I've seen the boys up here before. I don't know if they're necessarily up there. Doesn't look like it. Never hurts to be too careful. I can't see them from here. They could be down in power, but I can't really see from here. So we're going to run round and up the top. See if we can get there. Doesn't seem like 30% chance. I mean, I've last time when I tried this, I ran into them 2 raids in a row. So I think it is. Giga, remember when I asked you about the 5000 X3D? Yes. You bought one. You went from 40 to... Oh. $40 to 56 frames on low settings to 144 on ultra. Hey! Nice one, man. That's what we like to see. The loot on rogues is really good. Sometimes they have things like hex grids and stuff. No, not on rogues. Bloodhounds. They have really good stuff. Have you seen Armor Reforger DayZ? No. I don't think so anyway. Unturned? No, I've never seen that. Let's see ya. Okay. Now you end up with 2 sniper scavs quite often now these days. Don't think there's any down there. We'll run down to have a look, then we'll go to weather. Then we'll skedaddle. Does the desync one, does that work for Bloodhounds as well? I wasn't aware of that. I thought it was just bosses. The little network symbol. I wasn't watching, to be fair. Still a bug with some glasses glowing? Yes, almost certain. Like the round glasses, the crossbows, there's like a whole bunch of them. Most of the old ones that have got some kind of tint on them. Neither of the ballistic glasses have a problem, which is good. Error. Gasoline. Please. Battery. One more woods. I kind of prefer fighting them on Shoreline though, I feel. Man likes to eat some BS. Om nom 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 nom. Tasty bullets. It's when you hit the arms, that's the issue. That's why you end up with a problem. Yeah, I went off the edge of him. What? What's he doing in there? I went off the edge of my mouse pad. That was like full on knee-jerk reaction, that was. Jeez. Okie dokie. Little fright. It's okay. Bug, that's a special game design. It is indeed. Yeah, that could have been really bad. I didn't hear him. Didn't know he was there. And as my mouse went off the edge of the mouse mat, I was just like, oh god. Huh. Nice. Cool stuff. A jippy. One of those and one of them. Fantastic. More rubles on top. What else we got? PSU. Sometimes there's things in here. I think you can get stuff in these shelves. I haven't found anything in those for a long time though. Oh, great. Where's the search button gone? Alright. So just search this guy. Why not? Why the hell not? People buy those? God knows why. You don't see the goons? Where are they on Goon Tracker? If I was going to complete Hint, the quest, then I would need to go and kill Knight. A Wi-Fi symbol. Yeah, the AKs, they do fall flat after up to PP. They just don't have the fire rate or the damage, and the two things compounded just make it really tough to use them. They have the pen at the top end. Like, BS is good, but... yes, so everything back on, indeed. Just need Bird Eye. Ah, it's a shame, because he's kind of the hardest one. We did actually finish the goons this wipe. I didn't think it would happen. It happened just naturally. Ran into them enough times. I ran into them 3 times. One time I killed Big Pipe, one time I killed Knight, and one time I killed Big Pipe and Bird Eye at the same time. But unfortunately, I didn't have the quest Hint when I got Knight, because he was the first one I killed. On customs at the minute? Okay. As a viewer, I appreciate you fighting Bloodhounds on Shoreline, not seeing a single guide. Well, we're not doing a great job of finding them. BS doing less than 40 damage versus heads is dragged versus AI. Yeah, because sometimes if you're on the big AI model, or this big scav, the hard scav or whatever, that doesn't necessarily kill them, which is annoying. Goon Tracker hasn't seen them for 400 minutes. Oh, interesting. Got the priest last night to complete it 5 weeks of trying. At least there's 100% spawn somewhere. Well, how did we do there? Oh no, mostly thorax. Never mind. It's alright. Perhaps the one I'm missing. Oh, and the 100%. You fought them on Lighthouse during the 100%. Teammate through the flash. A theory is that Knight killed. Pipe from the flash, maybe. Tarkov Pal. Yeah, that's the other place, isn't it? That's good for it. I got rid of my Pro Patrol, didn't I? I had to use it. Oh, I used it all of a sudden because got jumped by that nasty man. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'll do. Yeah, we're not finding much, are we? Just getting like random little bits of loot. Oh, that splint is a goner. Take ourselves a new one. To be honest, like CMS kits, they're just too important to pass up. These days, I just swap them over if they're anything under 5. Just not worth keeping them at like 3 or whatever. Also, they're only about 25k. So when you sell them at 3, wherever it's gone. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. You get like 14k back. It's like almost 5k per point. So you kind of don't really lose anything. But it's annoying if you need to heal up and you don't have enough CMS kit usage left. It's a real pest if you're in raid. I just don't think it's worth it. Like it costs almost nothing to just switch it up. So what time is it? Up as 3. Repair the gun. Where are we at? 85? Yeah, probably should. Alright, let's do one more, see if we can find them. How much is South worth? I think it's worth 130. Here's an early wipe question. Leveling sniper, which gets more skill XP, a headshot or 2 thorax? I'm almost certain it's 2 thorax. This stash taught me so much. Really? I'm pretty sure it's just based on hits. I don't think headshots do anything per se. As far as I understand. I don't think they do anyway. Yeah, we'll see if we can find these guys. If not, well, after this raid, I might swap over to BattleBit anyway, just because it's fun. And this time we'll showcase the 32 versus 32 game mode, which I actually think for me is better than 127. 127 is just kind of too crazy, and I've had a lot more fun and a bit more success playing 32. We'll see. Yeah, I generally take that approach. Mosin, reload the thing. I wish that they fixed the sniper skill. It's just kind of rubbish the way it's done now. You know? Just kind of rubbish. Right, let's push the button. BattleBit is what Battlefield 2042 should have been. Basically, yeah. Right, let's try press the button on YouTube too. Let's just give it a go. We're waiting anyway. I feel like I'm most for all of early white. There go so many quest demanding snipers. It's kind of true. You're definitely not wrong about that. You can also use the VPO and just reload it a bunch. That is something that you can do, because reloading magazines does also give you XP. You don't have to reload the Mosin. It doesn't need to be a case ejecting bolty. You can reload the mags as well, but it's just a bit slower. go. I guess we'll check up here first. Vitality kind of sucks as well. It does indeed. I agree. Where would the guys be? They're kind of like around tank area somewhere. That's where they are. God. We found them! We're in trouble here. Where is that? Was there one right there to my right? God damn it. I've not seen any in there. That was a different experience. Okay, we need to go from the building side, I think, if we're going to go and check that out. Yeah, that was them. Okay. Interesting. Wow, yeah, 760 tracer. We just got ruined. Collateral and one shot here. Yeah. Fine. That's just how it goes. I did find them. You could have shot through the bushes safely. How could I see them though? I think it was the one on the right that they can spot you through bushes way more easily than you can. Like for sure. We'll go back with our old favourite, I think. The wherever it is. Oh, we got G28 around? I'm sure I have one somewhere. What's that? SR25. Didn't lose the ball, did I? SA, XMC, Milner, 700. Maybe I lost them all. 4, SR. Yeah, maybe I lost them all. We'll go SR then. SR's good as anything. Okay. Maybe we'll go a bit more geared this time. Have we got any more spare mags? We might do. No, I don't think so. Top left. Oh yeah, I've got this one. I'd rather use a Thunderbolt, actually. Okay, so we'll go with good old M993. What's this got in it? M80. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Fairly speedy gear up this one. It's not too bad. I'm going to sell some of these bits. This. What we got headset wise. Good contact 4s. We're going to get geared this time. Oh, this has got some weird T1 on it. We'll get rid of that. PC, blah, 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 pad. Yeah, it's got that on it. We've got Voodoo. Yeah, that's cool. We've got a laser or something? No. Only thing we're missing. And that's this one. Find those. In two from the top. In which box? Oh, this one. We do have one. Okay. Well, I've loaded up for this now. Not that it really matters because they're kind of similar loadouts, but... I often lose different guns in there. It's quite funny, really. Okie dokie. I think we're ready. Ammo. Yes, guns. Yeah, fine. Cool. Okay, well, we know where to look in that bit, which is good. Do you think the arena has the potential of bringing back EFT hype? Definitely. I think it's going to bring a lot of people to the game that haven't played it before or have heard of EFT but have decided to give it a try in a different format because of the esports stuff. So if I was BSG, I would patch the game now, release 13.10 or 13.1, whatever you want to call it, fix the desync, get that as tight as possible, like try to fix the networking, get the audio all clued in. Then you have the wipe where everything's working broadly by like halfway through. This is the, the dream. Then in September, October, something like that, or November, you release Arena. It brings in a whole bunch of competitive people. After a month or two of them playing that, they think like, oh, I wonder what the base game's like. Then the wipe happens in December with loads more content. It brings loads of people in to the base game. That's like the gateway. That's what I would do. Strategically, if I was BSG, that's what I would do. Have you gotten beta approval for the test servers? I think most creators do. Problem is, it's all under NDA, so you can't like stream it or anything. So I think most people just don't use it. Because it's like, if you can't put it in YouTube, you can't stream it on Twitch, you can't do anything like that. It makes it a really tough call for people to actually want to go and test that. Weetabix stream right and when. Seek during wipe event, every item will cost one removal. Yes, eventually, but it'll be like the day before or 2 days before. Arena can't work without fixing desync. Indeed. I think that Arena may well be the fix for desync. They're taking some tests of the netcode from Arena and putting them back into the base game. Arena is like clearly ready enough to show it to a pro team that doesn't play Tarkov. Or some of them do play Tarkov, but it's not like their main game, Because they've been able to kind of start again with Arena and then use the lessons that they learned from there back in the main game, which is good. Arena's probably going to be good for Tarkov, just even technologically. Will cheaters move to Arena off the main game? It'll depend on what the incentives are. Depends on how freely you can transfer stuff. Like maybe you won't be able to transfer things between characters on Arena, which would make it basically impossible. You'd have to do like carry your account or something. I guess like you'd have cheaters who would just cheat to cheat, but that's going to be much less than the base game, right? There's like, if there's not a closed economic loop like there is in the base game, then you'd imagine that cheaters would more focus on the base game because people want to like buy items, RMT, buy carry service, that kind of stuff. I guess you could still do carry service through Arena, but it depends what the incentives are. It depends on how hard it is. Like people do that on normal Tarkov because they either can't be bothered or don't have the skill to get to the end game items. And so they get like a boost through the cheating services of some form, RMT or carry or whatever it is. So maybe Arena structure. I'm sure they'll have thought about it a bit. Arena structure sounds like it probably is going to be less prone by its nature, but who knows, Are Bloodhounds still up? They are. Does ETS access pending mean I'm in ETS? No, it means your application is just sitting there. I don't know, like, how long it does. Like some people have said they've had it sitting there for like a year. So if that's the case, if it's been sitting there for months or whatever, then like maybe ask a community manager. I don't really know what that means. Level 47, 48. I like the skill to get the Lightkeeper quests. What are you finding most difficult about that? I'm interested to know. You say lack the skill. I mean, a lot of it's just RNG and persistence as opposed to skill, to be honest. What do you find is the most hard, Scottish? I haven't seen spawn bloodhounds on Shoreline. I've only really fought them on Shoreline. I have no clue when I applied. Open the launcher. ETS tab. Who's glowing? Unless that's commonplace. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember how it kind of goes down. I'm going to be extra careful around this area now, aren't I? He says sprinting in. Oops, overshot that bit. Although there are real players, you have to remember about them too. Can't just beeline it on the Bloodhounds. I heard like a single click from somewhere. I guess they're not here, I suppose. I don't really know their full spawn locations. It's hard to know. I feel very exposed here, though. Yeah, I guess this is not. They're not here. Not trying nighttime. Bloodhounds and cultists spawn once they're dead. Cultists sure do make things interesting. That's true. Some quests just would take dedication. They do indeed. Like the COFDM. One of my favourite ones. They can spawn by the petrol station. Or maybe I should go down there then. Maybe go gas next. Gas then power. Go check that out next. Hello, Corsa. Is that a Final Fantasy gift for the follow? It is. And an Age of Empires gift for the sub. Two of my favourites. We can Alice armor rigs as heavy or light. It affects the... It basically affects the enhancements they can get from repairing. That's pretty much it. That's all it does. It determines whether it levels the light or heavy armor skill when you repair. It's just like a regular scav, I think. With like a Saiga 12 or something like that. But they can spawn over there. I have killed rogues, bloodhounds before up here. From far away, admittedly, but they can. Petrol station represent. Exactly. Yeah, must have just been a regular scavio. think the Bloodhounds sound a bit different. Ah, stop it. Pretty sure they have unique voice lines. Okay, nobody here. Let's keep on going. Third wipe. Second wipe. Second full wipe. Took a few months break. Okay. Yes, beaver hunting. Exactly. Who was that? That just a scav? I think so. It's a weird place for a scav to be. I think it's just a scav. I don't really care about fighting him, to be honest. Oh, he's up there. Good job he missed. Oh, who'd be that? I used to hate Shoreline because all this open space you have to traverse. Yeah, it does. It grows on you, I think. After a while. Probably down pier, I guess. Unless on this side. Probably down pier though, I think. Let's see if we can see them from up here. Hello, Spicy. Thank you, mate. Go up here. They could have just shot a few, moved on. Or they might be inside. Ooh. An AI or a player? He's got the silly glasses on. It's probably just a scav. Check the tree for some outpost gamers. Yeah, I don't see anyone in there. Quest suck, but the fight's fun. Yeah. First wipe feels tough not to have a giant crosshair on your back every time you run out in the open. Indeed. Yeah, like you just learn after a while, like where feels safe, where's not safe. Oh, man. Yeah, I think it's KMC too. But where did he go? He's going like directly in. We probably need to back up really. We're gonna back up. Keep an eye out. But what I need to do probably is cut this off, because otherwise you could get down here and I wouldn't necessarily be able to see. Weird, our boy was just running, you know. Ah! Where is he? I feel like I'm just going to get shot here. Down the ridgeline or something? Where the frick is he? It was like over here somewhere. Where's he gone? Down there, maybe? No, I don't see him there. Pretty sure he's down this side. Ow. That wasn't even that far a jump. Oh god. Where is he? Good fight from that man. I don't know what level he is, this guy. But he tried pretty well. Yeah, it seemed like he was slightly lower level, I think. Being level 23, but he did a good job. Honestly. He's a PS man. I guess we'll just go past the lighthouse then. Yeah, he was aggressive. Fair play. Hit one direction right in the end. I don't think he could really, like, he couldn't really see me. Oh, yeah, I messed that up. Whoops. You see that double click? That's why I need to get a new mouse. Oh, I need to reload some mags, to be honest. It's one of those situations where the contact fours actually do really help quite a bit. Must be questing at 23, probably. He's of legal age to take the kit. Indeed. Any idea whether what's going to happen? Sadly, we don't know. We have no real idea. Finish at 8 km? Yeah. There we go. The perfect amount of lead that time. Very easy to overlead and underlead. Yeah, unnecessarily wipe, no holds barred. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Early wipes are free for all, every man for himself. It's probably, you know, once you reach max traders or whatever, then like anybody under flea market, I just give them their stuff back normally. That's usually the general approach. Was it your video I watched yesterday about this might be the longest wipe in Tarkov history? Yes! That was my video, indeed. Let him keep the AKM. Sure. Hello from Croatia. Hello. He'll probably be done with the quest by the time he gets it back, to be fair. No word of indication on wipe. Sadly not. We don't know. Don't really have any idea. No clue at the moment. There's a tournament. So I did a video that I put out on Wednesday, or yesterday. There's a tournament that BSG have affiliated with. Basically, they're like giving private servers and accounts to players for the tourney. The last part for that, there's 2 days for it, which are 3 hours long each. The last part for that is on the 15th. The first one's on the 1st of July, and the second part is on the 15th of July. And they're only 3 hours, but because of that tourney, most people are assuming that they won't wipe before that's finished, because it would be kind of unfair, and they're sort of sponsoring the tourney kind of by providing servers and whatnot, so it would be a bit weird to have a PvP tournament right in the middle of a big update that's going to affect like desync and all sorts, and it's probably going to be quite buggy if we're honest about it, and they probably know that too. They're going to be in bug fixing mode or whatever, so to have a tournament that's launching or running right around a big technical patch would be very weird. That's why most people think that they're not going to wipe until at least the 15th. But the 15th is a Saturday, and BSG, I think they've wiped on a weekend once, but it's pretty rare. So they'll probably want to wipe on either a Monday or Tuesday, so that would end up being like the 17th is the Monday, the 18th is the Tuesday. But then we've got to have Unity first. Unity can't come during the tournament. That was like a really weird piece of sound then. So unless they are going to put Unity and 1310 together at the same time, it just doesn't really make sense for a wipe to happen any time before, like, say, the 25th. It could happen on the 18th if those two pieces came together, Unity and patch 31. If it doesn't, then it might be Unity on the 18th, patch on the 25th, or even the 1st. Like, it depends on how long Unity takes to bug fix, I guess. To me, it makes sense that they would do Unity separate, because if you do both at the same time, then you don't know what the bugs are related to, whether they're related to 13.1, the changes there, which is all the desync stuff, or whether it's related to just Unity changes. Ellie, no problem. I'm glad they've been useful. Unless the drops are insane. Yeah, and there's drops to the tourney too. Have you done the cultist quest yet? Nah, I haven't been bothered because it resets and like there's a cheap way to do it, but I just can't really be bothered. See more cleavage. It's funny. Funny. Just to play devil's advocate, could they not be on older servers if they were to wipe around then? They could. It's perfectly possible that they could have the private thing on the old version of the game. They could definitely do that. Given that there's not really like big changes coming to the game in patch 13.10, it's more like technical changes. They could just have it on the old version. It's definitely a possibility. I just think it's not likely. My point was that I think that I kind of agree with everyone, except I don't think we should rule out a patch change before. Yeah, 55A1, hey, look at that. Man's using his good stuff as well. Unless that came from someone else. Could have done. A lot of PS. But yeah, I just don't think we should rule out a wipe in the middle of the tournament. BSG like to surprise. It could happen. You never know. I just think it's unlikely. 15k? No, we can get better than that. So the problem is with this is too many repair points. This is something people have to be a bit careful about. So 130 repair points is now actually a lot. Have a look at this. So body armor repair kits, a full one, now go for 1,000,000 rubles. So 130 repair points is 130 divided by 1200 is over 10%. So that's going to cost you 108k to repair this guy, which means it's not worth doing it that way. You have to now, like, so repair kits, because it got so expensive, you're actually better off repairing them like a bit. Oh no, because this is 0, so you can only repair it to full or nothing. It's not going to sell for more than 100k to Ragman, I don't think. I mean, they did change the prices. You know, let's try it. I don't think this is going to work. I don't think this is going to work out. This basically has to sell to Ragman for more than 118k, and I don't think it will. I think it'll be less than that, but we'll see. Yeah, 50. So like, it's definitely not worth it. My gut was right, but we got to do the science just to check. So you have to be a bit careful about repair kits these days. It's because they're so expensive. Think I'm going to combust if Arena comes out? Hey, Justin, you've seen improvements with hackers? Dude, I'm not the authority on hackers at all. I can never tell whether there's hackers there or not. I really don't know. Hunter's literally run by BSG staff members in part. Oh, really? I didn't know that, actually. Yeah, you could buy them for 100k? That's true. Yeah, so you definitely wouldn't be able to sell them for 100k. Yeah, you're quite right. You're indeed quite correct there, friends. Right. Do you know what we could do that would be kind of funny? We could scav into Factory Night and see what happens. Because all the thick boys are there. Unless Unity update requires a wipe, they wouldn't want to do the two. That's my theory. And the last Unity update that they did from 2018 to 2019 did not require a wipe. It did not require a wipe last time. So my theory is that it won't require one this time. I haven't done the cultist quest, no. I was doing it with Haze on Tuesday. It's just a pain, because if you kill a scav, you reset your progress. Like, I killed a few, and then killed the scav by accident. So I basically was just running, like, protection for Haze, got him up to, like, 20 cultist kills or whatever, just by kind of running duo with him. But, yeah, I haven't done it myself. There can be bodies everywhere. I know. That's kind of the idea. Will cultists aggro PMCs over scavs? I think they aggro just everyone. wonder if scav rep's got anything to do with it. Probably not. To wander through. A KS-23. Interesting. Can you kill cultists as a scav? Do you know, guys? Without losing rep. Is that something you can do? I'm actually not sure. Yes? Okay. So we can shoot at anyone then, which is good. Except for scavs, but there's very unlikely to be other scavs in here. I'd say there could be AI scavs. Here's our AI scav friend. This is the one big advantage we have in these raids, is that we have AI scavs who work with us. Here we go. So who's this? Okay, it's just a scav. Ah, does though. Does. Big question here. He does indeed have a flashlight. Okay. To be honest, this gun is as good as any. What's he got? Here we go. Right, we've upgraded in a big way now. Now, you can see what's going on. Mustache. He's very quiet. There's lots of scavs around and no players, it seems. Okay, so there's another scav. Okay. Yes, another scav. There's a lot of scavs, actually. Another scav. Ah, I know what I've done wrong here. Turn it off. Switch it over. Turn it on. Now we have the double flashlight. Let me over, come on. Ah, there's another body here. Another scav. There's very few bodies. I'm quite intrigued. Maybe everyone went to office or something. Have a look. Check forklifts. Yeah, let's go and check forklifts. Regular scav. Regular scav. Yeah, he's a regular boy. He looks weird. That scav. Okay, no one down there. Check to get behind the blue skip. Well, I will lose rep if I kill him. I don't really want to kill her, to be honest. 2 guns, you'd search the body. The thing is, some of them are AI though, no? You can do that these days. 5 PFCs sat in office. Yeah, where's all the players? I mean, there was somebody up in office. Oh, for PMCs. Yeah. Event over. Well, no, I don't think so. Shouldn't be, but... Doesn't seem to be anyone here. For whatever reason. Gav dead down there. Okay. This is just bizarre. Check the PMC tag. Another PMC. Another scav. Another scav. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to say. Gate 3? The gate 3's open. Event might be over. I mean, there's not even any cultist bodies, so yeah, maybe. Like, there's nothing in here either. I'm at a complete loss there. Check around the med tent. Well, we did. We already been there. We could like maybe at gate 0. It's like the only other place we haven't checked is across the other side of the map, like down here. We got to explore while Skiller is alive, so maybe Skiller is alive. I mean, maybe. I haven't heard any shouting or any shooting or anything like that. Maybe, but seems unlikely. I'm expecting, as soon as I come around the corner, I'm like half expecting there to be like 4 PMCs all with M4s. I mean, no one's even been out here. It's not even, yeah, it's not even open. Weird. Really weird. It's a mystery. An honest mystery. Very strange. Normally you get some indication that people are there. Model exit, because no cultist means to Gilla. Well, I didn't see him either, though. I don't know. That's super weird. It didn't spawn. Sure doesn't look like it. Has anyone said anything on Twitter about the event not being open anymore? Not from what I can see. No, I don't think so. Still says 100% on the wiki. Weird. I don't know then, guys. Not really sure. Super bizarre. Well, either which way. Gonna make it to 30 mil soon. What are we at? Yeah, 135 stash value. It's not bad. I kind of did everything that I wanted to do. Level 50. How many players have we killed now? 404 died. 257. I quite like this new concept of the KD ratio. So we got like 404 divided by 257. That was right, wasn't it? Yeah. So yeah, 1.6. My kill death is actually going up in the late wipe. I guess it's because I'm doing what I want to do. And survival rate's going back up a bit as well. It's kind of neat. Interesting. Almost at 7k hours. Yeah, like most of it's me AFK. Oh god. Most of it's me just writing videos and like taking screenshots and stuff in game. Like it's mostly not in actual raid. I reckon it's half or under that of actual playtime, I would say. The rest of it's just like video making. Can you see this double click thing? It's like driving me crazy. I need a new mouse, I really do. Drives me crazy when I'm editing. It's actually more annoying editing than playing. Playing games doesn't really matter. Double click. Because you're holding down the trigger anyway. And full auto, so you just don't even tell. But when I'm editing videos, it's like really annoying. Because it like lets go for a split second and like drag clips over other clips in the timeline. It's just like pain. It's a real pain. I've kind of given up on cycling crafts. I just do the stuff that makes money now, normally. KDA with Scavs is meh. Yeah, KDA with Scavs is meh. Like, what is this? Like, 5.76? Like, who cares? Who cares about Scav kills? 990. You can inflate this number so easily. Whereas PMC kill death ratio is really what should be up here, I think. At least put both. Double tap perk? Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're close, aren't we? We're close. 183 days. It's a long old wipe. Cool, well, I'll probably leave it there, to be honest. Didn't end up getting any time to do any battle bit, but that's okay. I don't mind. We actually had fun doing the other stuff that we were up to, so that's cool with me. Let's have a look. Who is around today? Who's around? Who's around? Has it stopped showing you how long people have been in their stream for when you're going and viewing? That's actually really annoying. Oh, Twitch. Why you do this? Why you do this? No. Anyway, we're going to go. We're going to go. Yes, account time is from the wipe. Exactly. Right. We are going to go and visit Tiggs over on Twitch. Never rate him. He's only just started. So, off we go. Oh, what happened? What happened to chat? Why is it? Oh, I see. Follower or subscriber. That's fine. That's fine. Anyway, thanks for the support, guys. I'll be back. I'll be back next week. There's gonna be another video out on Saturday as usual, and then I'll be back on Monday. You know, we'll see what the weekend brings. And until then, peace out. Have a good one, and I may see you tomorrow for ScavTalk. But otherwise, have a good weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone. Ciao, ciao.